You've only got 3 days to do all of the most iconic things on a Disney cruise.
Hey there, MamFam. As you know, we love Disney Cruise Line so much so that we have sailed on every Disney ship around the world multiple times.
We've compiled a checklist of the 30 most iconic must-dos aboard a Disney cruise ship, and we're gonna try to do them all on their shortest itinerary.
That's right, we're hopping aboard the Disney Wish for just 3 nights. So let's see how much we can accomplish. All right, we have dropped our bags off with the porters. Don't forget to tip those folks. And also remember, please keep your passports and any essentials you want on a bag you're bringing on board the ship with you, because it's gonna take a little while for your bags to get to your room. Speaking of that checked bag, for all of my drinking aged adults, if you are choosing to bring alcohol on board the ship, they have changed that policy recently to 1 bottle of wine or 1 6-pack of beer per adult of drinking age. It has to be in your carry-on. All right, we are all checked in, ready to hop on board. Molly, real quick.
Yes.
How much do you think we can accomplish?
I think we can do all 30. I'm gonna aim to do all 30, but we're gonna have to move a little quicker than we normally would.
That's absolutely true.
So this may be a little bit different style of video than you've seen on the other mini cruise videos we've done.
What do you mean? We're not competitive at all, you and I.
But truly, if you want full deep dives into each of the cruise ships in a slower, more luxuriating and probably realistic cruise line adventure, then go check those out for deep dives on.
Oh yeah, we got a ton of those. Check those out.
Here we go. So excited. We haven't been on the Wish in a while. Maybe this is the cruise when Alan can finally learn about the lifeboats.
Please welcome aboard the MamFam family. Please welcome.
Oh, Rapunzel and Flynn, hello!
Disney Wish.
Oh wow. Gosh, it's been so long.
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
Disney Wish, please
I forgot how regal it was. It is.
On a ship. Also, getting our name announced as we come aboard. We've already done one thing on the list.
Disney Wish, please welcome.
If only all of them could be that easy. Well, I mean, technically,
Disney Wish, please welcome.
the next one kind of is.
Disney Wish,
I will
please welcome
never
aboard
get
the
over
MamFam
the chandelier features in here. Wow, that's gorgeous. Well, right off the bat, 2 items checked off the list. Taking a photo of that iconic atrium statue as you enter the ship. Now, Molly, tough question. What's your favorite atrium statue?
They're also iconic. Don't make me do this.
I'm going to.
Maybe Black Panther, but also I like Admiral Donald.
Oh, see, I'm debating between Captain Mickey
A great choice.
or, honestly, I love Aladdin and Jasmine on the carpet. I think it's so cool. I mean, that entire atrium on the treasure is amazing.
I
But
also love the detail of Lucifer chasing the mice under Cinderella's skirt on this one. So I'm really mollying this answer. But you didn't ask my favorite Stern character is Dumbo. Who's yours?
that makes sense.
Or I like Peter Pan and Captain Hook too.
Peter Pan Captain Hook's really cool. I like... it's so hard.
Also, Huey Dewey and Louie is cute.
Goofy's cute. I like...
Sorcerer Mickey. So all of them. The
Yeah.
answer is all of them. You're really mollying.
I think, you know what I'll say? Spider-Man. I like the Spider-Bots.
Okay, all good.
All good. All good things, all good things. I mean, we crossed off 2 things in 2 minutes.
Yeah, at this rate, the video will be done in 30 minutes.
Have a great cruise to go on.
yeah.
But I think we got the most important thing to do.
Oh, yes.
Just so good. I don't know what they do.
I don't know what Disney Cruise Line is putting in these chicken tenders, but it is our tradition every time we come on a cruise ship that this is the first thing we eat. And you've all said you also have to go for the chicken tenders. Now, you can get these bad boys on every cruise ship, either at the buffet, which is Cabanas on most of the ships, or Marsley Market, or you can get it at the outdoor pool deck dining, which every ship has as well. I am partial to Mickey's Feastival of Foods patent pending, which is aboard the Wish class ships like this, because not only can you get chicken tenders and burgers, but there's also great barbecue and Donald's Cantina to get tacos and burritos. But
Where we're going next.
yes, the feasting has begun, which is why it should be called Feastival of Foods. You've also got pizza and ice cream, so the options may be varied across the different ships, but all of them are going to have pizza, all of them are going to have burgers, and most importantly, all of them are going to have chicken tenders.
You'll find that unaccepting to a lot of the rule here with the Disney Adventure, because they are very much a class of their own. But for all the ships that are sailing in not Singapore, it applies. Also, if you're not getting the honey mustard, what are you doing? You got to.
It's good honey mustard.
It's just so simple, you know?
So we did get Donald's Cantina.
And I mean, technically it's not even on the list.
This is just bonus eating, but I do think that it's an unofficial rule that you eat as much as possible when you're on a Disney cruise.
ABE.
ABE. Always be eating or drinking. That's the rule.
ABEOD.
Stop by our room. We want to see what art we have, of course, and get our stuff.
Whoa.
Oh yeah! Whoa. We have a cool room. Look at this. It's a giant room.
What is that?
It's like almost a suite, but it's not. Cinderella art! Okay, so this is actually a normal veranda room. Well, it's not normal, but we paid for a veranda room, but because of where it's placed on the ship, it's almost like a suite. Because we're on the aft of the ship, so it's kind of that curved back part, the butt of the ship. That's where this room is, so it's massive. Let's do a little room tour. Walk in, huge full-length mirror to check out the fit. Then you have shelves, and it feels like more storage area than a normal room. Everybody up, get your life belts on. Then you have this couch, which can be converted into a bed if you have another person sleeping here. And above it, this can pull down and also make a bunk bed situation because you can sleep 4 in this room. One of my favorite things about, especially the newer ships, is that the art changes based on which room you're in. The Disney Wish is generally princess themed, so we got a Cinderella themed room, which is beautiful. She is one of my favorites. Then in here, you've got like the living room area with the big vanity. We've got our Castaway Club gifties for being a platinum member. The more you sail, the higher level you get, the more things they give you. Then you've got your standard Disney Cruise Line things. Make sure you take this stuff. The stationery and postcards are a really fun souvenir. Get them signed by a character, mail them to yourself. And then here is your door hang tags for the Continental Room Service Breakfast if you'd like to do that. Keep in mind on all Disney cruise ships, room service is complimentary, though you may have to pay a gratuity or service fee. Also in here, we've got the hair dryer. Pretty good hair dryer. I've used it in the past. I think I've given it like an 8 before, and we're gonna keep that. Here's your beverage cooler for that alcohol if you brought it on board. Out here, we've got a huge porch. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Okay, is that ours too? Oh my gosh.
Wait, what?
We have one chair here. We have a lay down chair.
Oh.
You don't normally get one of those. Normally you just get those chairs.
That's wild.
This is crazy. But like literally, there's the butt. There's the flag. This is the craziest room we've ever been in. Rapunzel's gripper, just right down there. And if it looks this cool with the beautiful Cape Canaveral as the background, just imagine having your coffee out here. Or a glass of champagne and just watching us sail along. Okay, now we go from this living area into bathrooms. Split bathroom. One of my favorite things about rooms on the Disney ships, from ocean view and up, you get a split bathroom. So you've got the throne and one sink in here. And then you've got the shower featuring definitely not H2O products. And the other sink in here, which just makes getting ready in a smaller space easier. Dads, here's that thermostat. And then finally, we enter the bedroom, which, as we already pointed out, has Cinderella artwork on this one, as well as more closet space and another TV. You know, the only thing I don't love about this room is that they clearly had the same amount of art as they do in a normal room, so it looks very blank on a lot of these walls, but makes up for it with all the space. But Alan, you know what you must do.
Cruise line beds are comfy. This is an 8.4. Very, very firm on the first impact, but then you just sort of sink in.
There you go. You heard it here first. And we have a beautiful Cinderella themed room, as we already pointed out when we first walked in. And I love this artwork right here with the like golden pixie dust swirling the carriage and on the way to the castle. On the way to the ball.
The prince is throwing a ball.
Ball, His Royal Highness Christopher Rupert, son of His Majesty Queen Argentina. Her Majesty.
Her Majesty.
is giving a ball. Herbert? Herbert. Oh, is that on this movie? That would be a good movie.
It would be good. But we have to watch Muppets Treasure Islands on repeat, though.
Oh, bear slap.
Huge thank you to our travel agent from Be Our Guest Vacations. This video is not sponsored by them. Genuinely use them to book all of our cruises. And our travel agent's the one who said, hey, I can get you a really cool veranda room. Do you want it? And I was like, yes, obviously. I wouldn't have even known this was an option without her. Highly recommend working with them if you're booking a cruise. They can not only book your sailing and make recommendations for things like which rooms are available, but they can also book dining, character experiences, etc. Now, I also know you're all thinking, how much is Disney's shortest itinerary? Well, again, we are on the Disney Wish, which is the newest class of ships, but not the newest ship by technically 3. 3-night sailing, grand total with taxes, fees, port expenses, and prepaid gratuities, $3,145 for both of us. And included on a Disney cruise are all of your rotational dining, all of the quick service dining and buffet dining, as well as room service, onboard activities such as the pool area, the water slide, the kids areas. Speaking of kids, you also have the kids clubs with plenty of activities, entertainment such as meeting characters and Broadway style shows, recreation, a variety of games and entertainment, some adult specific, some for everyone, some just kid specific. Plus, of course, everything included when you head out to Disney's destinations, such as Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point or Castaway Key, which we will be headed to on this trip.
We know we're headed to right now.
Where?
Mustard Drill.
Mustard!
Yeah. The muster drill is a mandatory safety drill that every single guest must attend. You'll have different assembly stations throughout the ship based upon your room location. So we're going to head down to ours, which is for this sailing, Worlds of Marvel, so we might get a quick safety briefing on the unlikely event of an evacuation off the ship. This, of course, inspired by the Titanic.
Yeah, it was the Titanic that made everyone have muster drills and enough lifeboats for everyone.
And we go!
Speaking of lifeboats.
No goodness.
Muster drill complete, and you know, all that lifeboat talk got me thinking about how those lifeboats are yellow, and you might be wondering why they're yellow. I know, Alan, you are often thinking about why things are the colors that they are.
That's all I think about.
Well, what if I told you that before the Disney Cruise Line, all lifeboats had to be orange? But Disney did not want orange lifeboats because they wanted the ships to be modeled after Mickey's iconic color palette, and Mickey wears yellow shoes, not orange shoes. So Disney had to prove to the Coast Guard and all the governing bodies that yellow could be seen in case of an emergency just as easily as orange, and they were granted the approval to have yellow lifeboats, and now any ship can have yellow, like the Royal Caribbean one next to us as well.
They did us all a favor.
Now, to me, that's the most iconic thing on a Disney cruise ship. More to come, I'm sure. So I know you're also wondering what color the hull is, but we have to save that, Alan, because now it's time to check off truly one of my favorite things on Disney Cruise Line, which is listen to the horns. The horns aboard Disney cruise ships are little Disney songs, and it is so magical, and it makes me teary every single time. And the best way to hear the horns is to come to the sail away party, which happens on the deck after the muster drill. Doesn't matter which ship you're going on, and it's good. It's just the perfect way to start off your vacation with some characters, including a hello from the captains, Minnie and Mickey, and of course, those iconic Disney horns. Now, if you don't go to the sail away party, which again, you should, you can also usually hear the horns when the ship pulls away from any port, and often at noon or shortly after noon on sea days. That's my actual favorite time to hear the horns because they play more than one of them if the ship has more than one of them. we don't have a sea day on this sailing, so we're gonna enjoy it all here as we prepare to sail away on a wish. That's the new name. You know that question that's like, what song could wake you from the dead or a coma or like save you from Vecna if you heard it? It would
You're
just,
suggesting
like,
Let's Set Sail?
It might. It might actually be one of those songs that to me I could be like resurrected because I love it so much.
It's a great show, tons of characters, a lot of fun. With that though, we have checked off 6 items of 30, so there's 24 remaining.
Yeah.
And I would like to posit that maybe we head down to a pub and join a club, because I think being a club member...
I love being in a club. Clearly, if you're here, you like being in a club. But let's go join the Disney Cruise Line Club.
The club we are speaking of is the Mug Club. And we'll get you those details once we get to the pub, which is where we're going to be actually joining up. The Keg and Compass is the pub here on the Wish. There's a pub on every ship, and I'm just, Molly, I gotta know, while we're deducing all of our favorites, do you happen to have a favorite pub aboard?
Cask and Cannon, the pirate-themed pub on the Destiny, because Pirates is my favorite Disney ride. But I also underrated shout-out to the one on the Wonder, because it's like British pub themed, and it has little Easter eggs from different British stories of Disney. Like, there's like Peter Pan Easter eggs and Mr. Toad and Dalmatians. What about you?
I think I'm going to go with the Nautilus over on the Treasure.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
That's a good one.
Because you look up and you can see the fish.
Yeah, this one's pretty good too. It's like Nordic Viking themed. There's some Maelstrom references, and I'm pretty sure isn't he here or Holland? Is he
Berkman?
here? He could be.
Holland? Maybe.
We don't know.
Maybe
With his raccoon.
If he was, I have so many questions.
If he was on this ship, this is where he'd be. Safe guess.
1,000%.
Some of my favorite details in Keg and Compass, if you look up at the ceiling, it's got the map called the Seafarers Map of the World. Now, I hate this part of it specifically with Ursula, but if you look at the map, it's got all kinds of Disney characters and references. Like there's Monstro, the whale from Pinocchio. If you go over here to Asia, there's Aladdin and Jasmine on the Magic Carpet Ride. You've got Ariel coming out of the sea in Atlantica. Down by Australia, you've got Crush and Squirt and Dory and Marlin. In South America, you see Carl Fredrickssen's House Landing. Over in Polynesia, you see Te Ka, as well as Maui on her raft. Captain Jack sailing on just the small remains of his ship here in the Caribbean. Nautilus up at the top. A very fun detail, so make sure you look up when you're in here. Also, for all you Maelstrom fans, this sign right here, you are not the first to pass this way, nor shall you be the last. That is directly from Maelstrom, so pour one out.
And here it is, folks, the best kept secret aboard the Disney Cruise Line, and that are these mugs. Molly's sliding the second one into frame. They're not small. Just as a size reference. The mic is not pointed at Molly. It's like the size of her head. Yeah, that fits 2 of the standard pours of beer inside of this mug. So how do you join? Well, you pay $18 one time for each of the mugs, plus the cost, the menu listed cost of whatever beer it is you want. And then you get it served in this massive stein. I'm trying to find a synonym for mug at this point, honestly, before I say mug 17 times. Now, for the length of your cruise and any cruise you go on, you can use this to fill up with your favorite beer at the menu listed cost. And it's, as our bartender mentioned, kind of like a 2-for-1 given the size of the mugs. Pretty crazy. Now, if you don't want to carry this around for the rest of your sailing from bar to bar to bar to bar, you don't have to. When you're done drinking whatever is in it, you can hand it back to the bartender and they'll give you a little card that you can carry with you and take it to the next spot. Well, they will get you a new fresh mug. If it's at one of the indoor lounges, it's very likely going to be one of these glass mugs. Fun fact, if you're out on the pool deck and you want one served there, they'll have plastic ones for you to utilize. And the kicker that I don't think enough people know about is at the end of your sailing, just go ask the bartender for a fresh mug and you can take it home with you. And then the next time you come back on another Disney sailing, bring it back. Because guess what? Once you've joined, you're still in the club, folks. I think that is one of the most wildly best kept secrets aboard the cruise line. And now Molly's gonna double fist clink that. Well done.
I feel like I'm in the Gaston number of the Beauty and the Beast music.
No one drink that Gaston. Cheers, what'd you get?
I got the Uncharted Lager, which is an exclusive beer to the Keg and Compass. What'd you get?
I had the Loose Cannon IPA, which is not an exclusive beer to the Keg and Compass, but is a very tasty hop-forward IPA.
This reminds me of like somewhere between a domestic lager, like a Bud Light or a Miller Lite, and like a Stella. So it's a nice, light, refreshing beer. My grandpa would say it's a beer that tastes like beer. I'm going to ask for a piece of fruit to put in it because I do like to feel fancy with beers like this, with like an orange or a lime.
The mug didn't do it for you?
I want to feel the fanciest. I want to be the fanciest pirate in the tavern.
Army hearties. Pinkies out. I think the last thing I'll say is that the cost of these beers on the menu, like for example, a Bud Light on this menu is $7.75 right now as of filming. So if you join the Mug Club and got a Bud Light, that's 2 Bud Lights for $7.75.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. And if there is happy hour at any of the bars you're going to, some of the bars do offer a happy hour on the fleet. That applies. So it's even better deal during that.
You know what else I'm going to apply?
What?
A check mark to this item on the list.
Nice. And it looks like we're about to check something else off because the trivia screen just popped up. We weren't even planning on doing trivia right now, but it's on our list to do trivia. What kind of trivia is it?
You know, it's not the only 2-for-1 combo we're getting here. Not only is it the Mug Club, but also trivia. It is Disney Tunes.
We might be good at that. Trivia aboard the Disney Cruise Line, one of my favorite activities. There's tons of different classes and things you can go to throughout the day. There are towel folding classes and learn to draw classes and other crafts, or if you're like me, you're hunting for trivia. There are literally dozens of trivia every day on board with a variety of different categories and age groups. Sometimes it's just for kids, sometimes it's for all ages, sometimes it's just for adults like this one. And the categories could be general knowledge trivia, Disney-themed trivia, like Disney movies or Disney parks or Disney Tunes as we're about to do. It could also have nothing to do with Disney. It could be 80s music or sports trivia. Could be something like Star Wars or Marvel. There's a ton of different things, so go grab your friends and family, flex your knowledge, and hope to win one of those gorgeous rubber medals.
Her pinkies do be out.
Again, question number 1, name the song title.
This is a Peachy King song.
Don't stop. Tell me the song title, try not to sing it too loud. Once again, tell us the song title for number 11.
Are you ready?
That is correct. I'll make a man out of you.
Are you ready?
Make a man out of you. Do it again and you have 5 or more points. Woo. 10 or more. Woo. 15 or more. Woo. 16 or more. Woo. 17 or more. Woo. 18 or more. How many do we get, friends? Can anybody match or beat 18? Going once, going twice. Everybody please put your hands together.
I now have beef with Lightning McQueen. Actually, let's be honest, my beef is with Tow Mater.
There you go.
All right.
I've never been more upset with Tow Mater and Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and that's
We
a James
lost
Taylor
by
song.
one.
By one.
One, and it was a car song.
Anyway, next up is the show, so we gotta go back and change, because this is not acceptable to go see Seize the Adventure.
There we go, and we are headed to see one of the shows and then to dinner, which is especially why we had to get a little fancier because of where we're eating tonight. But first things first, we're gonna see a show. The Broadway-style shows aboard Disney Cruise Line in the Walt Disney Theater are certainly one of the things that sets them apart. It is something that the Disney company is known for, of course. So on any Disney Cruise Line ship, there are at least 3 original productions that you can see in the theater. Or adaptations of one story. My personal favorites of those, Hercules on the Destiny, Moana on the Treasure. I also quite like Frozen, which is on a couple of the ships. And then there are also my favorite kinds of shows, which I like to call the montage shows. Those are original productions that feature a variety of characters and music from a bunch of Disney films. And that's what we're headed to see tonight. We are going to go see Seize the Adventure, which debuted here on the Disney Wish, but it is on a few of the other ships as well. And this is definitely one of the top 5 things I would say on the list is a must-do aboard a Disney Cruise Line ship. The way the shows work is there are 2 viewings a night, and they are set to be opposite your rotational dining. So there is an earlier show and a later show. There's also an early dinner and a later dinner, and the idea is that you flip-flop between the 2. Generally speaking, I recommend getting to the theater at least 15-20 minutes early, maybe a little bit more for the really popular shows like Moana and Hercules.
I can't think of a better way to check an item off a list than going to see Seize the Adventure on the first night.
It's one of my favorite shows because, again, I just love the montage style show. What's your favorite part?
Hercules, the French horns always. What about you?
I really like the Elsa, Moana, Merida mashup, but also Tiana brings it down. She takes us to church. Anytime they bust out Princess and the Frog or, frankly, Lion King, I'm in.
I could not agree more.
Disney knows what they're doing by bringing those songs out. That's when they need the crowd to get into it. That's when they need the oomph.
There's an emotional weight there.
And every time, and Tiana was phenomenal.
Oh, incredible. But that's not the only thing we're checking off the list today. We've got a few more on our list, but we're headed next to grab a bite to eat at a quite special place.
We are headed to what is possibly my favorite restaurant on planet Earth, except for it's like, 7 of my favorite restaurants on planet Earth, all of them but the Adventure, frankly. And that is the adults-only Italian restaurant, Palo. Palo does 2 meals aboard the sailings. They do a brunch, which is phenomenal, as well as a dinner. And their specialties include incredible pizzas, pastas, the chicken parmesan at brunch is phenomenal, the scallops at dinner are fantastic, and on some of the ships, including the Wish, it is actually Palo Steakhouse, so at dinner they have a wider array of proteins and you can do fancy things like get some Wagyu. Dining at Palo is not included with your cruise line fee. Brunch is $55, all you care to enjoy. Dinner is either a prefix menu or you can order things a la carte, which is usually what we do. Do note reservations are highly competitive, so this is a reason to work with a travel agent so they can snag those for you. But I assure you, you will not regret dining at Palo, and I'm so excited to head there tonight. One more note, it does have a dress code. Gentlemen, we're talking pants, we're talking a collared shirt, we're talking not flip-flops, no one wants to see men's toes. Ladies, dress, skirt, slacks, just zhuzh up a little bit, and yes, they will turn you away, so make sure you have read the dress code and are prepared accordingly. Obviously, we're not taking our camera to Palo as it is a signature restaurant with folks having a nice dinner. So you will be hearing from future Molly and Alan shortly as we go over the menu and what we are enjoying tonight. But I would also be remiss if I did not mention the fact that on several of the other Disney Cruise Line ships, there is another adults-only restaurant. On the Fantasy and the Dream, it is Remy. On the Wish class ships, the Wish, Treasure, and Destiny, it is Enchanté. That is an even fancier dining experience. It is a French restaurant. They are exquisite. If you are a foodie, I highly recommend that as well. Again, check out our other videos for full reviews. But if you can only do one of these, Palo is the winner, no questions asked. Fun fact about Palo, it is the only restaurant aboard every single Disney cruise ship around the world, yes, including the Adventure, but it's not that good on the Adventure. It's really good on all the other ships, though. However, on the Wish class ships, it is Palo Steakhouse, so they have an extended steak and protein menu. Also on the Wish class ships, it is subtly Cogsworth themed, as the sister restaurant, Enchanté, is subtly Lumiere themed. Taking a look at the menu again, you can do the prefixed menu for $55 per person, or you can order a la carte, which starts with things like antipasti and zuppa. I personally have quite enjoyed the calamari as well as the burrata caprese salad in the past. A couple different salads, and then it's an Italian spot, so you've got pastas and the famous Palo pizza. If you're a seafood lover, definitely look at that pappardelle pasta.
You then have your seconde, which is your meat selection, things like the fabulous ossobuco or the yellowfin tuna, a couple vegetarian choices, and then here's where the Palo Steakhouse comes in. You have a variety of red meat, including lamb and veal, wagyu, and different prime cuts. Then traditional steakhouse style, the sides are quite large and shareable, and you can choose those a la carte as well, things like grilled asparagus, cavatappi pasta, or pan-roasted wild mushrooms.
The first thing to arrive was the Palo bread service, and I sampled the flatbread that had been made from the pizza dough. Had a little bit of spice on top, plus dipped into the incredible extra virgin olive oil and balsamic vinegar mixture. Listen, I don't know what more to say. Their bread is delicious, and the fact that it's made from the pizza dough only makes it better. They also have a fantastic wine selection at Palo, and if you'd like, you can consult with their sommelier to find something that would match your meal, or if you are a wine connoisseur yourself, you can make a selection from their listing. We chose to go with the former and had the sommelier come and give us a wine that would match the meal we were prepping to have, and I have to say it was phenomenal. A Barolo that was not super heavy, had some nice medium body, and helped cut through the fattiness of the rest of the dishes we were going to have.
The meal also starts with a little amuse-bouche, which is a gnocchi and a mushroom sauce, and I say it every time, I wish I could order a whole plate of these because it is a perfect pillowy bite. It is phenomenal, just trust me on that one. And then we had my favorite salad on the menu, which is the baby arugula, served with virgin olive oil, white balsamic, and Parmesan cheese. This is simple deliciousness. I love the earthy arugula balanced by the nutty cheese. It's a perfect lighter way to start your meal. And then we went straight into the heavier stuff, starting with the agnolotti pasta. This is butternut squash ravioli with buffalo mozzarella, amaretti, and a sage brown butter, and basil with little crumbly cookies on top. It is a slightly sweet pasta dish, but it is balanced nicely with that earthy cheese. Brown butter is 10 out of 10. A little bit more unique than some pasta you may have had before. I do think I couldn't eat this whole plate on my own because it would be too sweet, but it is cooked to perfection and a perfect shareable.
And of course, we had to get one of their famous pizzas. We got the prosciutto di Parma, basil, and burrata pizza. There was a ton of that rich burrata on top, complemented beautifully by the prosciutto, and I just loved the crust. It was a little thin, very chewy, great texture, cooked perfectly every time. And listen, in my opinion, you haven't really gone to Palo unless you've gotten one of their pizzas. And because we were at Palo Steakhouse, we went for the Japanese A5 Wagyu strip loin with the truffle thyme Barolo jus and gorgonzola sauces on the side. Folks, I didn't need any of the sauces, although they were delicious, and it's nice that they do have those on offer for you. That A5 Wagyu is just straight up meat butter. The fat is so perfectly marbled throughout, it barely takes any effort to cut through the meat. It is a texture unlike anything you've had before. It truly melts in your mouth while still having that delightfully rich flavor of a well-prepared and grilled steak. It is absolutely a singular experience, and I fully recommend it. Also picked up a couple of sides, the pan-roasted wild mushrooms and the whipped Yukon Gold potato puree. For the pan-roasted wild mushrooms, these are prepared with shallots, garlic, pinot grigio, and thyme. These are nice little earthy bites, have some of that nice mushroom flavor. If you are not a fan of mushrooms, I wouldn't recommend picking this up, but for those of you who do enjoy it, it is an incredible complement to a grilled steak.
And those mashed potatoes are basically 50% butter. It was pooling on the plate. They are so creamy and dreamy, a little earthiness from the chives. They're just mashed potatoes, but they are a phenomenal mashed potato. And of course, dessert's a separate stomach, so we took a look at the dessert menu, which features the Palo soufflés, tiramisu, panna cotta, and some other options. The soufflés are their signature dish, and they're going to ask you about halfway through your meal if you intend on ordering one, so they have time to prepare it. Say yes. Just say yes. We went with the amaretto souffle, which comes with hazelnut gelato and a vanilla cream sauce, but our server was wonderful and brought us the chocolate sauce as well, and this was divine. It's got a heavy almond flavor. It is warm. They pour the sauce right in there, and then it pairs nicely with the cool ice cream. One of my favorite desserts on the planet, and a perfect way to end this phenomenal meal.
Hello, Captain Minnie. I heard that you have another new captain on board that's also a lady captain. We love that. I mean, you're the first, but she's the first human captain. Yeah, I'm so excited. Yes. How's the ship go? Everything to do. What do we need to do? Okay, we need to just relax. Like whenever she's I love to relax. Okay.
Hello, we're here with the bear.
He's our new child. I do think...
Just a towel animal.
I love him, and he loves hugs. I do think unofficially on the list, admire the towel art is one of the things on a Disney cruise ship.
I would agree. Now, officially on the list, we've accomplished 11 items today.
That's right. After we had our delicious meal at Palo, we noticed that one of our goals to meet one of the captains of the ship could come true. We met Captain Minnie, who I was delighted to meet. Obviously, she is a queen, but I'm also delighted that on the Wish, they have the first female human captain in the Disney Cruise Line fleet, Captain Maria.
Very important.
Well,
distinction.
Captain Minnie's been sailing for decades.
Human versus mouse.
Not everyone knows that Captain Minnie has been the captain since Disney Cruise Line debuted. It's always been Captain Mickey and Minnie, but they didn't really highlight it being Minnie till the Wish. So this is where she debuted in her pants, which is lovely. And they focus on her in like the Sail Away show and stuff. But there's also a human captain now, female, which I'm very excited about. I hope we see her.
What a succinct way of explaining that.
Minnie got it.
Minnie did get it. So 11 things accomplished, 19 more remain. And I know 11 sounds like a lot, but many of them today were not necessarily time intensive.
Yeah, or they're like the muster drill, which we had to go to anyway.
For sure. Now, that doesn't make it any less essential. It just means that there's going to be a little bit more of our work cut out for us over the next 2 days. So we're going to go to bed, get re-energized and reinvigorated for tomorrow, where we've got a lot to check off on these lists.
We'll see you there.
Bye.
Sitting on the dock of a bed, yeah, yeah. Take a go, take a breath, for a head time to scroll. Lots of pets and now I got a voice. The boys gonna roll. This poor unfortunate
Thank you, babe.
Good morning. Now, I didn't quite go to bed last night. In fact, we did some bonus items on the list.
2 more things that I do think are very fun on a Disney cruise ship. 1, listen to live music.
Oh, please.
There are live performers doing sets in a lot of the different lounges. My personal favorite aboard the Wish class ships, they're called the Disney Victrophonics, and they are like a jazzy,
ensemble
swingy
piece.
They do like some Disney covers. They're phenomenal. And then we went to Match Your Mate, which is an adults only game. It's basically like the Newlywed Show, but they get couples from all different phases of their relationships. It is so funny. We didn't film it because it feels weird to film the like couples, but y'all, it is so funny. I have never not laughed until I cried when I've gone.
It's very, very amusing.
Adults, go.
You should absolutely go. But this morning, we're going to start checking some more things off of our list. First, an iconic bit of food.
We find ourselves in Marceline Market, which is the buffet on the Wish class ships. It's called Cabanas on the other ships. And I really like Marceline Market because of how cute the theming is. Each little section is designed to look like a different character that has ties to food, or they make up a fictitious business about them. So there's a cute little Rapunzel section where Attila, the ruffian who likes to bake, has left out some of his baking implements and, of course, frying pans on the wall. Or there's unsurprisingly, a Remy section with his recipe for ratatouille on the wall. There is a toy maker section with things made by Geppetto from Pinocchio. There is a Zootopia little display where they've got the carrots from Bunny Farms. It's just a really cutely designed and often overlooked space as far as the details go, so I encourage you to check some of those out. As far as the food goes for breakfast at any of these buffets, you're going to find your classic breakfast fares. So you're going to have eggs of all varieties, different breakfast meats and potatoes. You can do made to order omelets, but they've also got some more unusual and exciting dishes like fried rice or different Benedicts. But we are here for one reason and one reason only, and that is the Mickey Waffle. Obviously, the Mickey Waffle is an incredibly popular treat on land, but it is on the sea as well. So eating a Mickey Waffle is, of course, an iconic thing on our list.
2 things. Do you want to see a surprise?
2 things. Sure, yes.
It's a pro tip. When you pick up your waffle or anything else you want to put butter on, put it in your top and it'll melt it so you can spread it easier. Just here to help. Alan is laughing very hard by me. He did not know I was going to do that.
What if you don't?
What if you don't have a top like that? I hear you. I was gonna say pocket for the men, just don't sit.
Pocket butter.
Pocket butter or bra butter. You take your pick. And two, I know a lot of you are like, but churro waffles, and I hear you, and I get it. Churro waffles do have somewhat of a cult following on the Disney Cruise Line. They are typically served on your last day at sea, or your last day if you don't have a day at sea, but they're not guaranteed. I hear you, MamFam. I know a lot of you love them. I still stick with the classic Mickey waffle, but Mickey waffles of any variety can be accepted. Sexy syrup pour. It's a sexy syrup pour. Just look at that butter. So easy to spread now.
So spreadable.
So, I mean, have you ever spread butter in a more easy way? Now, I'm sure you're all like, I bet everyone's yelling, everyone's screaming right now at their TV because I put the syrup on first, but that was for the shot, okay? It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter which, because now Mickey's face is covered. Smothered and covered, like he's at the Waffle House. I'm killing him anyway.
Jeez.
Actually, it helps if you put the butter on second, because then you don't have to look him in the eye when you eat his face.
Oh my God, this is taking a turn.
And what a delicious face he has.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
They're phenomenal.
It's the malt.
It's the malt, Josh. Are fluffy and golden, and they do have that malted powder that we all know and love. And yeah, there's no better way to start your day than a Mickey waffle.
Day for you. This is unrelated to everything else that's happening. Molly just asked me for my color checker app, that a colorblind person, keeps on their phone for reasons. And now we're taking a photo of a neighboring ship's lifeboats, the Norwegian ship's lifeboats. And now we're having a come apart.
Well, they're red. They're red. Depending on which swatch I get, there's one that's red-orange, but everything is in the red family. I didn't know you could have red lifeboats. I only knew you could have yellow or orange. Who got red approved?
It's changing everything.
Who?
All right, we'll update you once Molly has done this lifeboat digging.
Red lifeboats.
This could be a minute, folks. We'll be right back.
A few moments later.
All right, just to quote Molly here, she's got answers.
Okay, so I looked up the LSA code, which is the International Life-Saving Appliance Code used by the IMO, which is the International Maritime Organization, and they have the MSO, which is the Maritime Safety Committee, right? In an update to the LSA code, Amendment 1.2.2.6, as amended by the MSC, 207(81. The lifeboat exterior color is now listed as, it must be of international or vivid reddish orange or a comparably highly visible color on all parts where this will assist detection at sea. The interpretation says that a highly visible color only includes colors of strong chromatic content, meaning a pure achromatic color such as white and all shades of gray shall not be accepted. The above is applicable to the exterior of the hull and canopy of both the fully enclosed and partially enclosed lifeboats. So, thanks to this amendment in 2009, it can be any comparable color that is highly visible. So clearly, the Norwegian Getaway was made after that because they have red, which I guess the MSC and the LSA consider comparable to reddish orange.
Well,
we've all learned something today.
We have learned about maritime safety law, and I think that
and it definitely can't be like blue because that wouldn't be that would blend into the ocean. So it must have to be on the warmer color of the spectrum.
I agree.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway,
I wonder if you could do hot pink.
Princess Cruise Lines, you're up. Now, while we're checking things off the list, Mickey waffles are a great way to start the day, but I also think that a drink with character is good. That's pretty open-ended. There are tons of opportunities for you to get a drink with character. It could be like a specialty smoothie that you get from Frozone's Treats, or you could go to any number of the themed spaces, like on the Treasure of the Destiny, the Haunted Mansion Parlor, or here, Hyperspace Lounge.
The Bayou, the Rose. Oh yeah, DeVille's has awesome themed drinks.
So there's tons of different themed things. For us, though, we went with coffee. Well, most specifically Molly's coffee, because there's quite literally a character on top.
It's Belle.
I love going to the different coffee shops, either Cove Cafe in the adult sections or the different cafes. So we're here at Wishing Star on the Wish. Nice. Which is themed to Pinocchio. I don't know why, that just struck me as funny in the moment. Where they put a print on top of your hot coffee beverages. No cold beverages, just hot coffee beverages.
Now, you can get standard Joffrey's coffee on the ship, that's included, but these specialty coffees do cost extra. Make sure you get the coffee card though, because if you buy 5 throughout your stay, they'll give you a free one. And they have tons of different characters you can add on top. They've got special cruise outfits on the classic characters. They've got Star Wars characters, Marvel characters, Princess, Pixar. You can ask for your favorite character, or I like to just ask the barista what character they want to give. And today she said this was her favorite princess, so she gave me Belle, and I love that.
And I go with cold brew because I need a lot of caffeine to keep me going.
You can also, just as a note, you can also get the printing done on cocktails like espresso martinis, but you cannot have Disney characters with alcohol, but you can have Marvel. So
we did find that out.
Yeah,
that
we had
cool.
Doctor Strange on a drink once, so pretty fun. And I feel like this is one of my most beloved little joys of magic when I'm on a Disney ship.
Yeah, if you ever want to spice up your espresso martini.
Who doesn't? Alan, while we enjoy this, I do have an important question.
Yep.
Of all the themed coffee shops across the fleet, but really the Wish class ships have the most thematic ones. Which one's your favorite? I think I know.
Hercules.
Yeah, that's right.
What about you?
Mulan.
That's my second. I like the tea service at Mulan.
Yeah, there's a really good cocktail at the Mulan one because these you can do cocktails here as well. But the little details and the theming again at these are some of my favorite. Hi. So natural. Okay, next on our list is play a game. And that can be interpreted several different ways. Some of the ships have mini golf or like a sports complex where you can play basketball. You could do shuffleboard. You could do bingo. People love bingo. If you're a kid, there's tons of different things in the kids and teens clubs. But my personal favorite version of games on board are the interactive games. Aboard the Dream and Fantasy, they have Midship Detective Agency, which is actually my favorite one, where you solve a crime. Mystery? Crime. You're Lena Bell, basically.
Nope.
You're solving the
Nope.
It's a whodunit with the Muppets or Mickey and the gang, and it sends you all over the ship, and you interact with the magical portraits around to solve a mystery.
There you go.
Definitely not crime.
It's more Scooby-Doo, less true crime.
Less documentary on Netflix.
Correct.
On this ship, though, there is an tech update version of that called Disney Uncharted Adventure, where you're going to use your Navigator app to interact with the paintings around. So we're going to do that right now while we enjoy our coffees.
I've gotten it open. We have a couple of quests we can choose from. So do you want to do Finding Nemo, The Great Barrier Reef Escape, The Princess and the Frog Jazzing It Up in the Bayou, Moana Journey Beyond Motunui's Reef, or Peter Pan Flight to Neverland?
I want to do Princess and the Frog.
We're going to do Jazzing It Up in the Bayou. So I'm going to start quest. Boop. All right, and now we get a video intro to start as one of the wishing stars falls into Tiana's palace.
What's a wishing star?
Well, I believe that the purpose of this quest is to find the missing wishing stars that have fallen from the sky. Oh, wow.
I'm trying to not backlight.
We just rotated.
I was so subtle about it. She's a professional, guys.
Guys, we've done this for years.
I said I knew about Disney World. I did not say I knew how to make a video.
Every once in a while we have this moment where we learn oh, that shot didn't work, and then we find out in real time.
I'm trained to know about Disney World, but not how to be a who am I, Nolan?
Right, that couldn't be us, pal. Okay, so the entire purpose of of this particular adventure is that there has been a wishing star that has broken into pieces and fallen all over different places, and it's your job to find them by going on these quests. So, a piece of the wishing star's magic has landed somewhere in New Orleans. We'd better set sail and begin our search. Please go to the location shown on your spyglass. Your phone becomes your spyglass, which is Deck 3 mid, outside of 1923 on the port side.
Oh, magic.
Ukulele, I am practically Naveen.
Yep, you are practically Naveen. Wow. Oh, okay.
Hot dog.
You're just who I needed to talk to. It looks like something's not okay. Can you put everything in its proper place?
There you go. See, holding it flat. That's the.
Where do I put them?
You pop the balloon. Pop the balloon. You got this.
Put that where it goes.
Oh, yeah. You got 10 seconds left.
I'm doing very bad. How do I go down?
Oh. You just figured it out. Good job. Right on time.
What
situation.
Mousetrap? Mousetrap, get it?
device.
Oh, wait, new screen. Lift this thing to.
Don't kick my copy.
I shan't.
Lift this thing to.
There we go.
Cheering for you.
Thank you.
There we go. It's the very exaggerated movements. Look at it.
That's what did it though.
Magic.
Thanks, Mickey.
So we gotta scoop up fireflies, okay? Oh. Catch fireflies in the jar. Walk close to them and then move your device. Scooping the firefly. Scooping. Scooping, scooping, scooping. Nope.
Imagine someone doesn't know what you're doing and you just walk upon this.
Fireflies. Got all 10.
They'd be like, hey kids, we're gonna go a different way. This man is not well.
He's having a problem.
I hope it's with cooking because I am the one to do that. Oh, perfect.
Nice. Good job. Shrimp.
I can drop the scrimp.
Shrimp.
Add a bay leaf.
Bay leaf.
I got it.
Nice.
I got
Crushed it. Crushed it.
Your patrons. Get in there, hot sauce. Let's hot sauce it up. Keep pouring. That's right. I don't think she really ate that.
Nice. Crushed it. We got the star piece, the wishing star piece. Oh, mission accomplished.
We did it.
We did it. We got the star piece back. Now, obviously, we're not going to give away the entire story, but that's a lot of fun, and there's a ton more options to actually go and explore areas of the ship you might not get to.
Yeah, I loved that part of the clue took you to the movie theater because if you're not going to go see a movie, are you going to see that cool art? And there's Alice in Wonderland art on the other side. If you can start them and drop them and pick them back up, it'll save your spot. So it's a fun thing to do throughout the sailing when you've got a little bit of time. I love the interactive games. I think they are so fun.
They're a blast. I think my favorite is probably still going to be Midship Detective Agency,
Oh,
specifically the
got the
Muppets. But this is a cool tech update, and I love the AR.
Yeah, that was very fun. Next on our checklist, luxuriate. I often say that Disney Cruise Line is the most luxuriating way to vacation. It's certainly much more relaxing than going to the parks most of the time, and you can luxuriate in whatever way you choose. There's no wrong way to luxuriate. You can enjoy some time on the pool deck in a lounger. You could go into a hot tub. Maybe you want to go in the adult section and enjoy the infinity pool. Or on other ships, Satellite Falls. Perhaps for you, luxuriating means getting a massage. But for us, the best form of luxuriating is visiting the Rainforest Room in Senses Spa. There is a rainforest room on every Disney Cruise Line ship, but it does vary what is included based on the class. But basically, it is just a room designed to luxuriate. There are hot tile chairs, which make for the best nap I've ever had. There are different showers with different lights and temperatures. There are different saunas. On the Dream class and Wish class, there are hot tubs. And on the Wish class, there's also an outdoor area with big loungers. This is an adults-only space. It is quiet and just the perfect place to kick back and relax. Now, for the Rainforest Room, you can book it in advance or have your travel agent do it like we did. For a length of stay pass, that is going to vary based on the ship and length of the cruise, of course. For the 3-day cruise, it was $90 per person. There are also, based on availability, day passes. Now, those you can only get day of, and they are based on availability and how many people are already in the Rainforest Room. Those do tend to sell out quick, especially on days at sea and Nassau port days. So if that's what you're interested in, make sure you go early in the morning to Senses Spa, which is exactly where we're headed right now.
All right. We had some nice luxuriation. You can see, so luxuriated.
Hello. I thought you were going that way.
No. Now we are headed to go learn something.
Yeah, you can always learn something new aboard a Disney cruise. One time I learned how to fold towel animals. Not well, by the way.
But you still learned how.
I still learned. Could learn how to do a craft.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn how to draw a character. Oh, one of my favorite ways to learn something new is they do a tour of the ship with a bunch of like the details and Imagineering and storytelling. That's a really fun thing. That's free. Lucky girl I'm going to marry.
Lovely BGM. But what we're going to learn today is to go learn about martinis and a martini tasting where we'll learn about the creation of the spirits involved there.
I love the drink classes. They do all kinds of spirits, martini, mixology, bourbon, old-fashioned, wine, gin. There's a bunch of them, and it's always different because it's always up to the bartender what drinks they serve, and they teach it. They teach you how to make them. They teach you about the history. It's so fascinating.
Yeah, and no two are, like Molly said, no two are ever the same.
And they're a pretty good deal if you drink alcohol. They start around $45 for beer, and then they go up depending on how expensive the liquor is. But most of them are around $50, and you get a good amount.
So we're going to do that right now. One last word before we head inside our martini tasting class. Some of these, depending on what they are, like the mixology or the old-fashioned or like the reserve bourbon, are very popular classes, and they get booked up super fast because there's very limited seating. So if you're interested in booking any of these, make sure you are letting your travel agent know early, or you yourself are getting on there early to book.
Really, who created the martini? Some say San Francisco, some say Italy, some say New York, all over the place. But 90% of it is actually in the United States of America. There's a gentleman by the name of Mr. Jerry Thomas who used to work at this lovely hotel. So what happened is that whenever these guys used to pass to go to get the ferry to go to the town of Martinez, they always used to go and ask for cocktails or whatever. So there's a gentleman who actually struck gold. He had a gold nugget. He went to Mr. Jerry and he asked him to make a lovely cocktail. He made him a cocktail which was with Old Tom Gin, which is a much more sweeter version than what we know today, yeah? So Old Tom Gin, cherry liqueur, bitters, and it's served in a wine glass. Back then, it was called, but it's actually a coupe. Much different than the martini glass that we have now, all right? So there's so many theories surrounding the martini, but the best part about the martini is that it stayed around since 1887. The idea of martini was around from then until this day. In the 20th century, you found that there's a wider variety of martini, which we actually call the variations of martini, all right? These are the ones that some of us love. We say, yes, we love martini, but we don't love martini.
Kirk does a great class.
I learned so much.
Did you?
Listen, there are a lot of martinis served, but I did learn something. He made a cocktail that was like vodka with a Prosecco topper. He did a champagne topper.
Yeah.
He did a Moet topper.
Limoncello and then pear vodka.
I mean, that was phenomenal.
I'll
be back later to get that cocktail in a full-size cup.
I've made some notes so I can try to get a recipe made for that. But no, these classes are incredible. Every single bartender teaches it differently. They all put their own twist on it.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what makes these classes so great. That's what makes learning something new so great aboard the ships. You might be like, oh, well, it's just the same. It's the same towel folding class. Is it, though? You're going to learn something new. Every single person runs the class differently. And I think these crew being empowered to do it that way makes these so fun.
I have done every single cocktail class multiple times. I've never seen the same lineup of cocktails twice.
That's true.
And I love that you can learn how to make a cocktail to bring home to your friends and family. You can impress them. You can dazzle them with your skills.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not good at that.
But I will take
Alan
notes
can.
and then do that.
And maybe you can. But if alcohol is not your thing, you could make your own forky. I did that on a cruise ship. You can learn how to draw a character. I learned how to, again, kind of fold the monkey.
Yeah, you learned how to fold a towel. Whatever it results in might be a little different.
If you go to Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point, Disney's other destination, you can learn about Junkanoo, and you can learn how to make the different costume pieces, which is also a really fun thing. But I just love that it kind of embodies the Walt Disney spirit of Epcot and edutainment on the Disney cruise ship, which is why learning something new is a crucial part of your Disney cruise. Don't skip this one.
Absolutely not. Next, though,
I need food.
You might hear the pirate music playing. Pirate night has begun. We're going to go get some food, but I think we have to go join a crew.
Yeah, we do need to join a crew, but first,
But we should be well fed. We should be well fed. This crew, chicken tendies. I mean, obviously, we had to go get more chicken tenders, but one thing we did also do is grab some soft serve as Molly is still eating.
Unlimited soft serve is a real treat aboard Disney Cruise Line. You can get it on the ship as well as their destinations. So, like Castaway, Lookout. And
you just hear me munching on it in the background, by the way. Sorry about that.
The flavors change every day. They always have chocolate and vanilla and swirl, but they change every day. So today they had banana and strawberry, which I got strawberry plus chocolate to make it a chocolate covered strawberry. Alan got just banana. My personal favorite is
when they have mint and chocolate in the same machine because then it tastes like a thin mint. They'll also do like coconut, they'll do blueberry. So check every day. And the classic soft serve included. Eat as much as you want, go nuts. And if you're a real champion, especially on the islands, get a cookie, put the soft serve in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. Delicious. But now we have to go meet Captain Hook.
Yeah, we do.
All right, now you might be wondering why Captain Hook. Well, it's Pirate Night, and it's tradition on Pirate Night to join a crew. Molly, are you good over there?
Just like
You're just lurking in the background with your ice cream?
I didn't know you were going to stop.
Full disclosure, friends, I bought a brand new little stand upon which to put the camera.
It's obnoxious.
It's not obnoxious. Okay, it would be obnoxious if it was like if I was way the heck out here, but it's just.
No, I'm getting used to it. It's better for filming, but it's also silly.
It is silly. It's nice because my arm doesn't have to be at a very high angle, like I'm doing shoulder raises while we film, which is. Listen, I know nobody else sees it, but for me, it's why my right shoulder is bigger than my left. But anyway, we're going to go ahead off to meet Captain Hook because Molly's just absolutely monstering on the ice cream in the back over there. Because we have to join a pirate crew for... Yes, dear.
They can't... Strawberry and chocolate aren't in the same machine, so she put some strawberry in the cone and she put chocolate on top. So if I want both in the same bite, so it tastes like a chocolate covered strawberry, I have to go like this.
An entirely normal thing to do. We're on the right floor now.
We're
okay.
On the right floor. Deck.
So, this way.
We're going to deck for midship.
Midship. All right. Now, the reason we are meeting Captain Hook is because we are going to join a pirate crew on the Pirate Night.
Yes, it is a tried and true. I've said that probably 2 times
in this
video.
You said tried and true a lot. Is it both tried and true?
It's a tried and true Disney Cruise Line tradition on pretty much every sailing except for Alaska sailings. I'm not sure actually about some of the European sailings. We haven't done this, but all of the Caribbean sailings have Pirate Night, which is really fun, and people get really into it. Some people dress in full costume, but they give everybody a bandana so you can participate, and we need to join a pirate crew, which you could do several ways. I think you could go to the Pirates League, which is when the Bippity Boppity Boutique, which is normally reserved for littles, is open to everyone. You can get a pirate makeover. I think that would be joining a pirate crew.
Absolutely. You could go up and watch the deck show, which has some amazing fireworks, which we're going to see later, but the deck show is really part of it where you officially join a crew.
There's also a really cute show with Mickey and Minnie where they teach you how to be a pirate. I think that show would also be joining a pirate crew.
Or maybe you want to meet Captain Jack Sparrow.
Also a pirate.
Also a pirate. But for us, it's sort of like the classic pirates or bust, and that is truly Captain Hook.
I do need to say, though, I also think you could meet any of the characters.
In their very unique Pirate Night outfits.
Mickey and the gang come out in pirate outfits, and I think that's also meeting the pirate crew. But Pirate Night, specifically, very iconic Disney Cruise Line thing, so we're going to meet Captain Hook.
Best parts about Pirate Night is that the entire music changes throughout the ship. So right now we're listening to the Muppet Treasure Island, Shiver My Timber, Shiver My Soul, Yo Ho Yo. So just make sure to pay attention to that music, it's great.
Pleasure is all mine, I know. Now, Captain, I have to point out my shirt. Peter Pan is wearing your hat and your jacket. And I was hoping that I could help you avenge Peter Pan and join your crew and be a pirate like you, and we will go after Peter Pan together. Can I join?
Captain likes that idea.
Okay, we have an accord. I like it. Okay, yes, we'll go. All right, can we take a photo to mark this momentous occasion? All right, amazing.
All right, look at the camera first. Ready, 1, 2, 3. And one more, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Captain Hook has accepted us into the crew.
I do think he accepted you more into a Smee type role. He did have you shine his hook.
You know, Hook and I have been friends in the past, and I feel like I've now...
He forgot that.
I feel like he forgot it in that moment. But in any case, I think in order to better get ourselves into the spirit, we must go don piratey outfits.
Yes, we have more pirate activities to check off. Okay, well, one of the most signature things on a Disney Cruise Line ship is funnel vision, which is the big TV. Just the big TV that they have up on the main pool deck where you can watch Disney movies throughout your cruise. And there's no, you can watch it while you're in the pool, you can watch it while you're relaxing on the pool deck, but for me, there's no better time to watch it than Pirate Night because they typically air the greatest film of the 1990s, Muppet Treasure Island.
So anyway, seeing a Funnel Vision movie is on our to-do list, and I can think of no better version when you're dressed like this.
Muppet Treasure Island.
Obviously. Also, MamFam, I'd love to introduce you to the newest bird in our flock. I know she looks a lot like Lawrence or Davis, but her name is actually Harriet, and she'll be accompanying us tonight. Named after Harriet Burns. One of the first Imagineers and the first female Imagineer, and the woman who had to painstakingly sew all the real human hair on that one pirate's foot. We salute you.
Ew. Muppets.
Is he bad tempered? Is a raging volcano?
Absolute cinema.
Incredible.
Muppet Treasure Island is, I would argue, one of the best pirate movies ever made.
I think it goes toe for toe with Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not joking.
It's phenomenal.
Alan, I must know your favorite song.
I mean, Cabin Fever is great.
Sure.
I also love Let Us Here. What about you?
As a kid, I was obsessed with Professional Pirate.
When you're a professional pirate.
Still am. I think it's maybe Professional Pirate. I also like Sailing for Adventure. I mean, it's a no-skip soundtrack.
Yeah, the entire, all bangers all the time. All right, that's another thing off the list.
Yeah.
I'm going to see what else we got left.
Yeah, we have some stuff later tonight, but what can we fill in the meantime?
This is what we can do. What about details of the ship?
Oh, okay.
Like, find some of your favorite details.
Okay.
You know, like...
Yeah, I do know.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
I've got some in mind.
I have some too.
All right, cool.
Okay, we've mentioned a few of these throughout the sailing, but Disney Cruise Line, unsurprisingly, is incredibly good at storytelling and little details, especially as the ships get newer and newer. There's even more. So some of my favorite things aboard the Disney Wish specifically, I already mentioned I love, has Lucifer chasing Jacques and Gus Gus, who are hiding under her dress. I love that I love all the artwork on board the ship. There's concept art and beautiful art in each stairwell from different Disney movies, which you can buy on board. If you're on board a ship, you can buy the artwork or copies of the artwork. My favorite piece is by Nicholas Smith, and it's a bunch of women of all different shapes, sizes, race. They're all wearing Cinderella gowns, and they're all helping each other, which is just a beautiful piece that speaks to the power of womanhood. I'm really mollying this, but this is like my favorite thing. I love all of the hundreds of different pieces inside 1923, which vary ship to ship to ship, but it's different maquettes and concept art and paint colors from different Disney films. I love the bubble chandelier with the music to Sing Sweet Nightingale from Cinderella in Nightingales, which is supposed to represent that moment in the film. I love that on every Disney Cruise Line ship there are stars in the carpets of the cabin hallways, and the point of the star points you forward. I probably mollied this one enough, but as you can see, that's one of my favorite little things on a Disney Cruise Line ship. What about you?
I also have a lot of things that I really love about Disney Cruise Line and all the details that it has, but I feel like I need to show you mine. Yours are all great, but I feel like we should probably, I can show, it's like right down the hallway. Hook's Barbery, which is not only a barber shop by day, but there are also certain hours where it becomes a speakeasy specializing in whiskeys and bourbons. Not only that, there are a ton of details relating to Peter Pan and Captain Hook specifically inside. I just think, in the spirit of what we're doing, we should probably, go on, And look at the detail. Now, taking a look inside of the cabinets, you're going to see a ton of different crocodiles representing TikTok Croc, as well as a lot of timepieces, pocket watches, and the like, because TikTok Croc does eat a clock, which is how Captain Hook is able to know where he is at all times. You'll also see a lot of different, pirate booty, so coins, keys, and the like. And I think my favorite part is that it's Hook's Barbery because there's the iconic scene being shaved by Mr. Smee. Although Mr. Smee believes he's shaving Captain Hook's face, he's actually shaving a seagull's rear end represented here. And you have the barber's chair, all different accoutrements. And what I love the most is you also have the lantern, which is representative of where Captain Hook actually captures Tinkerbell. And if you look inside of these lanterns at the top, you'll see one flicker every once in a while, which will be representative of Tinkerbell being captured. It's also great as their drinks.
Did you just do this as your detail spot so we could come in here and get an old-fashioned?
No. Also, Captain Hook's hook is up top. That was pretty cool. I think if you are a fan of old fashions, or maybe you want to try something new and you've never had them before, this is a great place to go because you could be introduced to something that you will enjoy. And if you are a fan, there's an incredible selection, and these folks are super talented and can make you something that you will love.
Yes, sir. Yes. I didn't see how you on the app. Yes.
Honestly, best cocktail on the ship, in my opinion.
You can sign up for guest services.
Mine too. And he put bacon on it. I can't even be mad that you bamboozled your way into cocktails off of a prompt of sharing details on the ship.
It's also Pirate Night, Captain Hook. It's not so thematic. It makes sense.
Now that we've had cocktails, you know what we should do. I know that there's a thing on the list that is go shopping. And as I always say,
represent the ship.
It says represent the ship, but as I always say, it's best done after some liquid courage because then you don't look at the price. Ladies, you feel me. Let's go. We're going shopping.
That's just math right there. That's math.
Girl math. Things you buy after a cocktail don't count. Everyone knows that.
I worry for what the impact of that statement may be.
Listen, the Wish gets a lot of hate, I think unearned personally. But one thing I do love is the light fixture. I think it's so beautiful, and I love that it can change colors for the different evenings. But we are headed now to Mickey's Main Sail, which is the main store aboard the Disney Cruise Line ships, to, quote, represent the ship, was what we wrote on our checklist, because of course shopping is a big part of any Disney vacation. Cruise is not an exception there. There are plenty of ways to represent the ship. On each of the Disney Cruise Line ships, you're gonna see this same collection, but of course themed to whatever ship you're aboard. You've got a t-shirt, towel, hat, ears, loungefly, mug, different t-shirt, small human t-shirt, checklist t-shirt. Fortunately, they misspelled Feastival. Statue, new ornaments of the cool light fixtures, ornament of the atrium character, figurine of the ship, and pins. Just wanted to highlight a few of my personal favorite Disney Cruise Line merch items that are not ship specific. Number one, and I'm sure we're picking up another one, the reed diffusers that smells like the lobby in a cruise ship. It is so good, and we have them in our house. You can see Alan enjoying that there. A must purchase, in my opinion. You may know I love Little Words Project, who makes the beaded bracelets. They have a cruise line line. Alan and I both have the Captain Mickey and Minnie, and there's also a Donald and a Bon Voyage, but I think those are a fun, subtle way to rep your love of Disney Cruise Line. Obviously, I love Disney ears. Cruise Line is no exception there. This is a new item I've not seen before, but Disney has finally jumped on board the vinyl sticker trend, and not only in the parks, it seems. So there's some really cute stickers. You've got Captain Minnie in front of the funnel. I might grab one of those. You've got just kind of general Disney Cruise Line ones, port or starboard with Goofy, See Me Chillin' with Chippendale. These are really cute. Plushes of the different Disney Cruise Line towel animals. People love this one of Evie, It Is Me, I Am People. You may have seen this iconic Disney Cruise Line ad. Cute, cute item. It was flying off the shelves when it first came out. There's also an elephant and a monkey. And speaking of the monkey, there's a Christmas ornament, but it works perfectly as a keychain bag dongle. I adopted one on the Marvel cruise, which was over the Super Bowl, so I named him Benito. And speaking of keychain dongles, they've got cute keychains of Captains Mickey, Minnie, and Donald. But if you want to keep it more general, there are tons of fun Disney Cruise Line merchandise items, including my favorite ears, Spirit jerseys, t-shirts, mugs, ornaments, and more. But Alan, what are you going to get to represent the ship on this task? Oh, you've picked the Wish t-shirt. Love it.
And the Disney Arcana playmat.
Perfect representation of the ship. Can't be surprised that you purchased that. I need to go find something now.
The Attack of the Vine. Oops.
What is this? Is this a bracelet? It's a slap bracelet with the ship on it. That's actually adorable. But I think I got to go find something for the Wish.
What are you going to get?
These are new. I've not seen these before, but I actually really like the statues sculpture, especially because I just said that was my favorite detail on the ship. So I'm going to get the Cinderella ornament.
And what's in your other hand?
The One Little Words Project bracelet I don't have for Disney Cruise.
All right, well, with Represent the Ship done, we have marked something else off the list, but now we must head for, perchance, the biggest item that we've got on our checklist, and that is to see fireworks at sea. Disney pioneered fireworks at sea, and they actually have fireworks that dissolve once they hit the ocean so that they don't harm any of the fish life in the sea. The only exception to that would be in Alaska, where they don't do fireworks. That's not allowed. You just have Snope. So my goodness, do you have just so much Snope for their Frozen celebration. And that's because it's Frozen night in Alaska as opposed to Pirate night on the other ships. And while fireworks at sea are most closely associated with pirates, because you have Pirate Night being the major representative for fireworks, for specialty cruises like Marvel Day at Sea, you're going to experience a different show with a different set of fireworks. That doesn't make it any less iconic, though, and that's why it's on our list and where we are headed to next.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yo-ho!
Yo-ho!
On pirate's life for me!
Yeah, that show's incredible.
I can think of no better score to do fireworks to than the pirate score. I think it's my favorite, specifically non-John Williams score, but the pirate score is so good. Like Hans Zimmer and Klaus Badelt went so hard. I don't know that they had to, but they did it. And I appreciate it because they did it for us. Also, we've said it before and I'll say it again, shout out to the crew who is playing the score live in tempo with the fireworks. That's insane to me.
Every time it happens, the minute I realized that what was happening, I had a bit of a come apart.
I didn't realize it for like multiple shows, and it's not the same on every cruise ship, but on this class of ships, they are playing it live, and now that I've realized it, I'm just like gobsmacked with their talent.
It's phenomenal. Fireworks at sea are an amazing piece of the Disney Cruise Line experience, so much so that ships that are not a part of the Disney Cruise Line will intentionally try to be close by to see those fireworks.
That's true.
So it is an absolute must-see. But with that, we come to another close of our second day aboard the shortest itinerary, with having 21 of those items accomplished on our checklist.
9 things left to go. Most of them require us to be on Disney's private island, which is luckily where we're docking tomorrow, so we'll see you there.
Bye! Good morning, friends, from the beautiful Castaway Key. We are docked and our food has arrived. Now, I know that the prompt on the list says breakfast in bed, but honestly, with a view like this, it makes more sense to me to sit out and eat it with this view on this just incredible balcony that we have for this crazy room. So here's the food that we picked up. We have some cereals, coffee, pastries like bagels, toast, etc., with some jams, cream cheese, butter, and coffee. Late night, Alan definitely wanted Frosted Flakes, so he got 3 bowls, so I can't wait to enjoy that and have a little bit of a reminiscing moment from childhood. And this is a great option. Putting this order on your door hanger or leaving it out the night before for your breakfast in your room is a great option if you just want lighter fare, a chill morning in, before you head out for whatever your day holds. And for us, that's Castaway Key. Molly's going to take a great shot for socials that will end up on our Instagram feed of coffee in the morning. But we will meet you when we have made it to the island.
Hello, it is very nice to see you.
Donald, I have a question. Do you need these? You have water wings on, but
So here's the secret. He is a duck. He can swim, but just not very well.
Do you want to go snorkeling together later?
Yes. And then
I see you've got your mask.
He's got his mask. He's got his snorkel. He's ready.
I heard there's treasures under the water.
That's what we've heard too, but we've been a little too scared to go.
We gotta go look for
But
them. I'll
maybe
go
with
with
you,
you.
we'll be brave.
We'll be brave. We'll go under the. I don't like water. I'm scared of water. But I'll be brave with you.
Yes. We'll be
Yeah,
brave
and we'll
together.
go to snorkel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Okay. We gotta get our picture first.
Made it off the ship. Already checked off our first Castaway task, which was to meet a friend on the beach. There are characters that come out in the morning because it gets quite warm out here, but you could meet Mickey and the gang as well as sometimes Captain Jack out on different places around the island. We saw #1 Duck Donald. And just as a little pro tip, when you are getting off, stop at this little alcove. I don't know what to call this. It's like a little platform right here. Yeah, we'll go with that because it's great view of the ship and a really good view of the stern character, which I mentioned earlier changes on every ship. But I can't help notice from this angle that beautiful Mickey Mouse color palette. You've got the red, that's on the funnel as well. You've got the yellow, which we already talked about, and you have what looks like black. And Alan, I've got more color facts for you. I know I left you hanging.
It's been days. I've been waiting, bated breath, edge of my seat.
I know.
Tip of the tongue.
But wait no longer. Because I'm about to tell you something you've never heard before. When Disney was creating the ship, they knew they wanted it to be Mickey Mouse's color palette, but unfortunately, black holes are often associated with pirates, and I don't mean the fun Captain Jack rum kind. So they were trying to figure out how to do that without actually using the color black. And one day, an Imagineer came in and she had on a very dark blue piece of clothing, and they realized in the right light, it looked like black.
Solved the problem.
Solved the problem right there. And Alan, do you know that Imagineer's name?
Do you know? I don't.
It's Monica.
Wow.
So the color of the Disney Cruise Line ships is a special formula color called Monica Blue.
Learn something new every day. Every day.
Bonus.
Every day.
Bonus checklist.
Wow. Castaway Cay is Disney Cruise Line's original private island. It actually opened with the fleet in 1998. Now, prior to being Castaway Cay, it was used for
It was Pablo Escobar's island, which I think says what you need to know. He exported goods that may or may not have been legal.
Yeah.
Booger sugar.
Okay, anyway. Now you can either walk or take a shuttle to the main section, the family section of the beach. This is where you're going to find the majority of your excursions, one of which, according to our list, we will be going on a little bit later. That includes things like biking on the ocean, parasailing, the stingray encounter, and banana boats, or snorkeling, which I think is my preference of those, just because of all the hidden Easter eggs that you can find underneath the water here. Outside of that, you have a selection of bars for adult beverages or for just beverages in general, cookies, which is the barbecue joint that you can find here on Castaway Cay, and a whole host of play areas for your family, especially your littles. Plus, if you are rather enterprising and you'd like to get up and do the unofficial Castaway 5K, you can do that. I will warn you, it's hot, so get that done early. Otherwise, it's gonna be tough. But it's a nice little running trail that takes you in the back sort of like fun foliage-filled areas of the island.
And you get a medal, which is nice. It's not enough to motivate me to go running, but if you like running, you can.
Yeah. And you know what? That's just true that there are some things for everybody.
Running is not for me.
Running's not for me.
There's also a very fun, it's called Pelican Plunge. It's like a slide area out in the ocean, and my niece bullied me into doing it last time. I have to admit, it was actually a fun slide. There's also like a water play area that my nieces and nephews had a good time doing, so lots to do for the most active to the least active of your family.
Speaking of least active,
that's us.
Speaking of least active, that would be us. They all have Serenity Bay, which is the adult area.
How you doing, Julia?
That was our hello, sir, everybody. He's out there. Listen, folks, crew members do so much work, especially on the island days. They get up far earlier than the guests, get out to the islands, help prep them. That's both for Castaway Cay and for Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. So give them some love, especially on the island days. They got some long days ahead of them. In any case, we are headed to Serenity Bay, which is the adults area. Now you will have to take a shuttle to get there from the family area, and it's a nice, quiet, secluded spot where you can sit back, relax, and luxuriate.
Okay, we are here at the shop. This one is called She Sells Seashells, and then the other store a little bit down the way is By the Seashore. So it's actually a cute little rhyme. And one of our tasks is to represent the island. So get a piece of Castaway merchandise, and you should know that if you like anything on either island when you see it, it is made for that island. You can't get it on the ship. So make sure you pick it up here. And I'm noticing immediately that they seem to have a new Castaway set. They have a Loungefly, which is super cute with Mickey and Minnie. That's fresh. And then there's also, these are new with the ship right there. Those don't say Castaway specifically because I bet they're selling them on Lookout too. But they're not going to sell them on the ship is my point. Most of this stuff anyway. As far as stuff that says Castaway, there are a wide variety of t-shirts, hats, and other apparel. Oh, look at these ears that are the Mount Rushmore. That's funny. Donald looks insane. There's some smaller take-homes as well, like magnets and pins. And then there's beach items as well, in case you forgot something like sunglasses, sunscreen, etc. Alan is noodling on a t-shirt, I think. Yeah. I like the one with Mount Rushmore. I think that one's good. I also like the Stingray one with Mr. Ray from Nemo, because that is a really fun excursion. A classic, yeah. That's new. I don't think we've seen that one before. All right, Alan's picked his item. Cute.
What'd you get?
I'm getting this really cute hat where Mickey is snorkeling. One, I forgot my hat on board and I like wearing a hat on the beach. And two, I like that Mickey's snorkeling. I think it's a cute hat. Welcome to the beautiful Serenity Bay. Super excited to be here, especially because we haven't been here since they redid the dining area. It used to be called Serenity Bay Barbecue. Now it's called Hangar 98 Barbecue after the year the Disney Cruise Line opened. And they also updated the cabanas. There are new Mickey and Minnie Cove cabanas, which are super cute. If you want to see a review of the cabanas, you know, we'll do our best if we must. If we have to, we'll come back and review the cabanas. All right, this looks great. For starters, where you used to get your food was outdoors, and they've converted that into extra seating. And then the food is now inside. Those cabanas are not adults only. There are cabanas also on the family beach, but these cabanas will share this barbecue spot, and they have a designated patio to eat on. But then everyone else eating here, again, this is adults only, and they typically serve the same thing as cookies too, but with some more zhuzhed up options. Taking a look at our lunch options, there's some cold sides like fresh fruit and different salads. There's a variety of sauces, which I'm a big fan of. And then as far as hot food goes, you've got a seafood jambalaya, you've got a plant-based island curry, rice and beans, macaroni and cheese, a couple different meats, including ribs and a grilled fish, burgers and chicken sandwiches. They're also carving up jerk rotisserie chicken. In the adult section, you can get a steak made to order. You need to ask for that. Then for desserts, you of course have soft serve, as well as things like pineapple upside down cake, brownies, and of course the chocolate chip cookies, which make a great ice cream sandwich. As far as beverages go, just like everywhere on Disney Cruise Line, soda is included, so drink as many crispy diets as your heart desires. There's also water, Powerade, etc. One thing I will note about this new buffet situation, the tongs get very, very hot, so hopefully they'll figure that out. Also, it wasn't super conducive to like putting your tray and getting food. It was a little bit more of a balancing act. Just some logistical things we noticed. Alan, what did you get on the buffet?
Potato salad, the cucumber, tomato, onion salad. I've taken those onions and put them on my spicy chicken sandwich, which I've also added Tabasco to. I mostly wanted to get into this because it's a bit of a creation. I mean, this is just barbecue food. I think it's nice that some of the items have been pretty elevated somewhat, which mostly happened after Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point opened, to sort of elevate both of those menus. I mean, it's good barbecue food. Molly, what about you?
I am most excited to try this jerk rotisserie chicken because I love jerk chicken. Pretty good. A tiny bit dry. The skin is really good and crispy. Unfortunately, while it is a pretty decent rotisserie chicken leg, I would never know this was jerk. Like if you handed me this and was like, what flavor is this? I would just be like chicken flavor. It does not taste like jerk at all, which is a bummer because jerk is delicious. I also got some mac and cheese, which I'm excited to try. Because if I remember correctly, they didn't always have this, and this was a Lighthouse thing they brought over. Oh, good mac and cheese. It's like baked and all cheesy and crispy on the top. That's nice.
Ultimately, though, this food is what you would expect from a backyard barbecue. And it's not going to be the best food you have ever had on a Disney cruise. But, again, on a hot day, sometimes it's all you need. I do like that they have added more seating, specifically shaded seating. And I think the update, all in all, is an elevated change to the space.
Someone left their tray. This is why you can't leave your tray. The birds are fighting over bird. It's very upsetting. One thing I will note about the ice cream is they only had chocolate and vanilla here. They have more flavors on the family beach, so just keep that in mind.
And now we flee the birds and head towards the beautiful beach. You also have Castaway Bar, which is located here. That hasn't changed. That is still the same Castaway Bar. It's also where you're going to find the restrooms. You have the Windsock Hut, which is where you can do your rentals for things like bikes, floats, and tubes. And tucked away, as Molly mentioned, are the brand new Mickey and Minnie Cove Cabanas. But I will draw your attention, Molly, to one thing.
What?
Chip and Dale now have their own.
Oh, you know, I love those little idiots.
Oh, I love them. So no, I think it's a lot of fun. And you know what, like Molly mentioned before we sat down to eat, if you would like to see those cabanas, and you let us know, we'd be happy to show you. But for now, let's go and do a little bit of luxuriating on the beach, shall we? We've checked off another thing on the list.
We're doing it.
Barbecue. Heck yeah. I can't help but notice that we still haven't done the slide yet. I'll do it. Hello, hi, it's me, sitting in an Adirondack chair before we go and get a beverage from the Castaway Bar. I didn't want to film in the bathroom because that's creepy, so what I did is I took a photo because there is a sign in the bathroom that is a direct callback to Typhoon Lagoon, and specifically the Tropical Amity Company, whose fruit sorting, washing warehouse has been destroyed at Typhoon Lagoon. And it actually has a sign on it, I'm going to read it verbatim here, that says, "Our juices are crushed for flavor. Our produce is gushing with taste." Which now, Tropical Amity, their crushing and gushing factory, is now called the Crush and Gusher, which I know is this person's favorite ride.
That's actually true. I did like that one. Hey, we didn't get that wet. That was fun.
All right, there's one thing left for us to do at Castaway Key. Got to check it off the list, and that is to do an excursion for us. I mentioned it earlier. We are going to go snorkeling. Now you can pre-book this excursion, or you can just walk right on up and pay to go on your snorkeling excursion here. And that's what we're gonna do. Walk-up rentals, the adult set is $34, child set is 19, ages 5 to 9 years old for that child set. Or you can bring your own snorkeling gear. You too can tackle and see the delightful treasures under the water. All right, we have picked up our gear. Molly is putting on her...
You have to wear this.
Yes, you have to wear your life vest. Very professional, getting prepped and ready right now. Now you've got the goggles and the snorkel itself and your flippers. Flippers are, you don't have to get flippers, you can if you want to, but if you want to be like a speed demon in the water, you know, Dashel Robert Parr, wow. Molly, walk us through the rest of it.
So the thing about the snorkeling is...
Yeah, tell me more.
The thing about the snorkeling is...
Uh-huh.
You want to do it here on the Paleage, not at Serenity Bay.
Yeah, definitely here, not Serenity Bay.
Because under the waves, in the water, there are hidden treasures.
There are hidden treasures in the water here.
You have to go all the way to the moon.
You got to go all the way out there.
So it's pretty far.
It is pretty far.
But it is worth it.
But it's worth it.
And you know that it's worth it if I'm willing to get wet to do.
And the reason you know it's worth it is because Molly is willing to get wet. That's true.
And then you gotta get her Donald Duck to go with her.
True. Okay, well now I'm going to go ahead and get prepped. Going to put on our flippers and we're going to go out there and you're going to see some footage of us exploring.
You're doing great.
Thank you. Very efficient. Certainly going to fall down.
Is walking backwards
Walking backwards is better. All right, now we trade. Walking backwards, you've learned from my mistakes. The fun part is... I'm already winded, but it's just from like getting into the water.
You think we'll see fishies?
I hope so.
I hope we see a shark.
Oh, yeah, probably not. All right, we ride.
All right, snorkeling complete. I do think that's my favorite excursion on Castaway. Second
for me would be the Stingray experience.
I do like the Stingrays. I think the paragliding was, or the parasailing was
Parasailing was really fun too. I would definitely do that one again. I think my least favorite was the aqua trike.
Hold on. That would imply that you actually pedaled.
Okay. Well, you know what? I was there. So, what was your favorite trinket under the sea?
Probably the Prince Eric statue. I just think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because that's like direct. It feels like it's direct from a movie.
Yeah.
What about you?
I like the Dumbo ride vehicle.
Oh yeah.
And I am gonna speak for Donald here, who did join us. We just he was so fast we couldn't get him on film.
Not pictured.
But he told us that his favorite was the Daisy on the front of the ship.
Nice of him to join us after our little combo earlier.
Yeah, he faced his fear and he did it. Now, you don't need to do an excursion, particularly not on Castaway or Lookout, because I know I just have a great time enjoying the beach, but it is something fun and it's definitely an iconic thing to do when you're at different ports. Alan, what is your favorite excursion we've ever done not on Castaway or Lookout?
Oh, that's really hard. I really like going to the Chichen Itza.
Oh yeah, in Mexico. That was awesome, and the cenote.
The cenote was amazing. What about you?
I loved, horse girl, loved horseback riding in Jamaica on the beach, but I think the ones in Alaska were just so beautiful. We got to see a bear.
See, the thing, Alaska feels like it's such a distinctly different experience.
Yeah.
Because it's all about those destinations.
Yeah, but the one where we got to go hiking through the rainforest and see a bear was pretty awesome. So doing an excursion, I think, is definitely a must-do on a cruise, especially if you're on an itinerary that lends itself to more interesting destinations, I would say. And I know I like booking the excursions through Disney because while you can do third-party excursions, I like knowing that it's a vendor vetted by Disney, and Disney's actually told us that they offer less excursions than other cruise lines because they secret shop them and not enough of them meet their standards. So you know you're gonna get the best vendors, and there's things like if something's running late, you don't have to worry about getting back on the ship because it's an official Disney excursion. But with that, we are headed back to the ship.
True.
Because someone has to ride the water slide, and I am not someone.
I am. Okay, I will be riding the Aqua Mouse. Now, every Disney ship does have a slide. On some, it is the Aqua Duck, like you're going to have for the Dream and the Fantasy. But here on the Wish Class ships, it is the Aqua Mouse, and it is a story slide where you're actually going to get inside of your little raft, go see a short that's going to play, and then you're going to get sprayed with water and then go on a slide all around the ship. It has a 42-inch height requirement to ride with somebody else, a 48-inch height requirement to ride alone. And right now it has a 30-minute wait, but I am gonna go wait in it and ride it because Molly's done it enough.
Thank you.
I've actually never done it, so I'm excited.
Really?
Yeah, I've never ridden. So
that's actually crazy.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
You did it. Was it fun?
Hi.
How was it?
It was fun. It's cute. No, I think, I guess, again, having not ridden it, I did not realize that this area was like exposed. So circa like Crush and Gusher or like the Krakatoa at Universal Volcano Bay. So it's a very fun, very cute story coaster. I love anytime you get to see Mickey and Minnie, and like, while I might not love the new animation, it's cute. They're cute. It's a fun little story. Got to see the Kraken. Love that.
Oh, you had the scuba one.
Yeah, scuba, Mermaid Lagoon.
The cartoon changes.
Yeah.
It rotates every day, so it could be new when you do it.
Yeah, so it was fun. No, I think it was really cute. It was cute little.
Was it worth 30 minutes?
I don't know that I'd wait. Here's sort of my take on a slide that's this length. It's a pretty short slide. I think if you see the wait time under 30, I think the most I wait for is probably like 20-ish minutes. On a Castaway day when most folks are out on the island, or on a day at port when most folks are at port, if you see this open and it's got a short wait, I think that's the best time to come and ride. Certainly not on a day at sea when it's going to be very busy.
For the record, if I'm going to ride it, I like the story, the one exclusive on the Destiny that has the villains in it.
That would be fun.
You could do that one next time.
Okay.
You get too wet for my liking, but it is cute.
Okay, Aqua Mouse excursion done.
We also snuck in some bonus time at the Rainforest Room, and I ate a burrito while crying at the end of Encanto on the Funnel Vision.
That did happen. Now we're changed. I'm fully representing the island, and you're representing the cruise line. So we're actually doing the representation. But we still have 3 more things to check off the list. And I propose we go check off the Sherry Drink in a Themed Space.
I am very on board with this. If you're like us, then enjoying a delicious libation is a real highlight of any vacation. And if you're like us even more, then you love doing that in one of the many themed lounges aboard the Disney Cruise Line ships. And this does apply to all of the ships, but I would say the newest ships really take it to the next level. And hey, even if you don't enjoy alcohol, they've got mocktails and non-alcoholic choices. This one's really all about exploring those incredible spaces. Some of my favorite immersive themed locations on the Disney Cruise Line ships. I love Europa on the Disney Fantasy, which is a variety of different lounge spaces, each themed to a different country or city in Europe, if the name didn't give that away. On all of the Wish class ships, outside of Palo and Enchanté, you have the Rose, which is a beautiful space themed to Beauty and the Beast. Also on all 3 of these ships, you have the Piano Bar, which is themed to a different story. Nightingales on the Wish is Cinderella. Scat Cats on the Treasure is Aristocats, and my favorite iteration, DeVille's, is Cruella DeVille themed aboard the Destiny. You've also got a variety of themes at the middle bar on the Wish class ships, as well as the pubs across the entire fleet. I think there's going to be no argument here that the best of the best when it comes to these themed lounges, though, is on the Treasure and the Destiny, and that's the Haunted Mansion Parlor. It truly feels like you are having cocktails inside the iconic attraction. It is like, I want to book one of those 2 ships just to have a cocktail there right now. Look, the cruise ship's going by. Look, it's happening. It's happening. I think Willie the Giant comes out too. Oh, there he is. Minnie Mouse.
On her little baby.
Oh my gosh. There's one of these on all the Wish class ships too, and I could just watch it forever to see all the little moving pieces. Anyway, we are clearly not on the Treasure or the Destiny, so we're not going to Haunted Mansion Parlor right now. We are going to what lives on this ship in that same space, which is the Hyperspace Lounge, which I'm sure you already know is Star Wars themed. So join us as we leave the princess-themed Wish and head to the galaxy far, far away. Whee! Oh, we got some bumping tunes. What's pretty cool here is that you are going to see different views out the window. Oh, look, there's the Millennium Falcon. Tons of different Easter eggs as far as the ships and the different planets you're on, and then every so often you make the jump to hyperspeed, hyperdrive. Hyperspace. We're in hyperspace. Hyperspeed. Hyperdrive. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. And then you are going to see another planet. So it's fun, especially if you're a big Star Wars fan, to travel to different destinations. And then fittingly, the cocktails are themed to those different locations. So you've got Coruscant, Mustafar, Tatooine, etc.
There are so many Easter eggs throughout this entire space. One that I'm a really big fan of right now is the Halcyon is currently on the screen. We've just jumped to hyperspace twice, and now we're seeing the Halcyon, the only place where she still exists here within the lounge.
It's nice to know she's still out there.
I agree, it is nice. The space is filled with a few Easter eggs that are very fun. The first thing I'll say is that the entire space is designed after Drayden Voss's yacht from Solo: A Star Wars Story. So just the way the entire space is laid out, the architecture, the dim lighting, all of that is a direct reference to his yacht. You're also going to see a couple of artifacts on display, like lava crystals from the planet Mustafar. Going to try to figure out how we can transport those in a very legal, above-board way. You also see a sculpted bust of a Togruta, which is a species of creature from the Star Wars universe. You see a halasket, which is a musical instrument from Naboo, here in this display. And these are just some of the things that are decorating the room itself. I want to draw your attention to what greets you on the way in, though. And that is a hawkbat. Truly a terrifying creature, but I gotta be honest, I'd want to have one as a pet. Hawkbat, that'd be so cool. But mainly, I just think it's so cool to have this screen going at all times. It reminds me a lot of Skyline. It has taken the themes from Skyline that takes you to different cities. But here, you're going to different systems and different planets, seeing a whole lot of fun ships from the Star Wars universe. Everything from a TIE fighter to the Halcyon. It's just so cool to see. And these are less of an Easter egg and more of like a really cool decoration moment. I love the decanters in the back here containing all the spirits. I also want those at home in my home bar. And it looks like, I don't want to say that those are Arabesh symbols on the decanters, but I do love that they each have a distinct... Oh no! The more I zoom in, yes, there are Arabesh characters hidden within the artwork on the decanters. Yeah, I want those in my house. Drinks have arrived, and they were both prepared with a great deal of flair. I picked up the Freetown Reserve from Tatooine. This is made of bantha hides mashed with fermented grains and Woodford Reserve double oaked whiskey with a very cool Darth Vader ice cube. Molly has picked up from Batu the Spire's sunset. This is grown on the sides of the planet's petrified spires. Saigon burr, kumquat, lychee, and coconut. Sort of a twist on a lychee martini. Oh, it's very full.
Yeah, I'm about to spill this, but I'm trying not to. Cheers. Use the force. Do not spill. Use the force. Is that how I use the force?
Almost exclusively.
Nailed it. Oh, that's pretty good. The house, that's pretty good. Lychee is a very specific flavor. It's very hard for me to describe. I tried in Hong Kong, but it just tastes like lychee. And I do like the balance of the coconut in there. It's making it almost a little bit creamy, but not creamy like an espresso martini or something. It's just like a little creamier.
Nothing dairy-based.
Yeah, nothing dairy-based, but just a little creamier. Cannot taste the alcohol, which is either a good or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. This isn't super sweet. I would say it's a very balanced cocktail. It's a little too sweet for me personally, but I don't think it's sugary or anything. It's just not something I would normally drink. It's got some floral notes as well. It's a pretty fun... Where are we going?
Oh, we're like in the outer systems.
Rocks.
I like rocks.
I've heard that about you. I think it's a very balanced cocktail. Something different that I normally wouldn't order. And I like the glass. What I do like here as well, though, they have signature beers you can only order here. Can't even get them at Oga's or anything. They're made just for this lounge, so that's fun too. And you can use your mug club on them.
As far as my beverage goes, it tastes like the whiskey has been fortified with a port wine. So you're going to get the taste of the whiskey right off the bat. It doesn't have that astringent taste that comes with the whiskey, but it is going to have the sweetness of the fortified port wine that sort of shines through. So it truly is like whiskey and a bold red have had a baby, and I quite enjoy that.
I do like yours a little bit better than mine, but mostly I think themed spaces like this are fun no matter what, because also, guys, come in. You don't have to get these cocktails. Just like on the Haunted Mansion Parlor on the other ships, if none of the themed cocktails look good to you, they can make you a regular martini. They can make you an old-fashioned. They can't make you like a frozen margarita, but it's a bar. So if you're like us and want to just enjoy the space, you can stick to what you like.
That's another one off the list. 2 left.
Another one.
Another one.
Alan, what do you think Han Solo would drink in the bar?
What do you think I don't think Han Solo would drink in the bar. He's got to be on his toes. He's a bounty hunter. People are hunting him.
He can shoot that guy.
Greedo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to be on your toes.
I just don't...
I think if he let us, like, if he was drinking in his own space, which is where I think he would.
Yeah.
I think he's probably a Scotch man.
I think that's probably true. And I think that not enough people talk about the arc and of going from a legendary bounty hunter to being a really world-renowned therapist. For Peter Bretter, of all people. And Roy Kent.
Hell of an arc.
Where are we going now? I hope we go to Mustafar. I want some lava, baby. No.
There's far in lava crystals over there.
I know, I'm going to steal them.
We're going to relocate them through legal means.
Through means. One thing I wanted to point out is that these lounges, some of them are all ages, some of them are adults only, and some of them, like this one and Haunted Mansion Parlor, are all ages till a certain point in the day, and then it's adults only. So just keep that in mind if you have littles with you. Next up, another icon of Disney Cruise Line, and that is the rotational dining. Aboard all of the Disney Cruise Line ships, there are 3 main dining restaurants that are included with your cruise, and you are going to rotate through them, but what's fun is your servers are going to rotate with you. So if you order a Diet Coke Night 1, they'll offer you a Diet Coke Night 2, because they are phenomenal. And what I particularly love about rotational dining is the different themed spaces, the different menus. You get a completely different dinner experience every night on board. When making this list, we asked ourselves, what's the most iconic style restaurant of rotational dining? And we realized that every single ship has a
dinner with a show. Whether that be Animator's Palette, Rapunzel's Royal Table, Tiana's Place, Worlds of Marvel, Pride Lands, Plaza de Coco, or where we're headed tonight, Arendelle. These dinner experiences combine two things that Disney does best, which is great food, great entertainment, featuring their beloved characters. So we are headed into Arendelle, and it's actually been a while since we've done this one because the last time we were on the Wish, we had Palo on this night. So I'm very excited to see the Frozen sisters. Now, the theme of this dinner experience is you are celebrating Kristoff and Anna's engagement. So you're going to see some cute details along the way. And as you walk into the restaurant, you're going to see some portraits that you may recognize from the film of the royal family and more, as well as two gorgeous busts of our two Frozen queens. Sailing around the restaurant as well, if you look up on the shelves, you may notice things like the crocheted dolls of Anna and Elsa or a puffin doll, the coronation items Elsa holds in the original film, or some wooden carvings of the trolls.
The menu here at Arendelle has some Scandinavian influence, and you're going to see that throughout. Starting with the small plates, you have things like Anna's Kortbord, which is smoked salmon and trout, Elsa's royal baked scallops, and the Jarlsberg and rosemary ham tart. That influence continues on the entrees as you have things like the Eldora's dry-rubbed roasted pork tenderloin or the baked potato lefse making its appearance. But you can also find some more of the, quote, standard, unquote, items like the grilled grain-fed sirloin steak. As far as dessert go, you have a couple of options. Some fare like the Ippelkak, which is an apple cake, but you can also find things like the Elsa's Coronation Sundae or a no-sugar added coffee cream dome.
Bread service here were some nice soft rolls dipped into a creamy onion dip. It tasted like sour cream and French onion soup mix. I was not mad at this at all.
Oh, hello. Oh, it is so good to see all of you. The most pretty and beautiful Queen Anna of Arendelle. And the undeniably ordinary mountain man Kristoff of Nobel in particular.
For my appetizer, I went with the Jarlsberg cheese and rosemary ham tart, which is served with gala apple and a Williams pear compote. This was pretty good. It reminded me very much of a quiche. I liked the crust, which seemed to have some of the nutty cheese baked into it. And I really liked it with the apple pear compote, which added a cinnamon apple flair. I will say I could have used a little bit more rosemary from the ham or maybe a little bit more herbs overall, but a nice tasty dish to start the meal.
And for my appetizer, I went with Elsa's Royal Baked Scallops. This is a shrimp tarragon bisque, rainbow carrots, leeks, all inside of a flaky pastry. This is like a pot pie met scallop, so a scallop pot pie, and I thought it was pretty tasty. A very buttery, crisp exterior crust, and on the inside, I think the highlight truly was the shrimp tarragon bisque. Very rich without being too of the sea, while still having a nice briny flavor, and the scallops were cooked well. They fell apart, and they were not overly cooked and chewy.
Thanks, but I had a little help. Right, Olaf?
Teamwork to make the dream work.
Some things never change, like how I'm holding on tight to you. Thank you for being part of our celebration in Arendelle.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Queen Elsa.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hello, Kristoff. Hello, Anna.
We're just going around saying hi.
It's the best thing about having the gates always open, right?
Yeah.
You're welcome to come visit us anytime.
You know, he really wanted to be here, but his big old antlers, he has a hard time fitting through that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's tough.
And even once he gets in here, it'd be a whole thing knocking over glass. So right now we've left him in charge of the castle while we're away.
Sure, he seems responsible.
The most responsible decision.
Yeah.
For sure.
Could you give him an extra carrot for us?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll bring him a big pot of the carrots too.
Yeah.
Love that.
Big fan of him.
Move on to play a game.
Yay!
I love games. You gotta go and guess the diet. Oh, that's great. We play this all the time. I always win. Okay, Mr. Wandering Milken, let's do this. Okay, here we go, yeah? Ready?
For my entree, I picked up the crisp, panko-crusted Icelandic cod fillet. This came with a pea and potato puree, kohlrabi, rainbow carrots, pea tendrils, and a grabish sauce. I think the cod was cooked just fine. It might have been a little bit overcooked for me because it was quite tough, but the exterior coating of that fry was very nice and crisp. The pea and potato mash reminded me of mushy peas from the traditional English fish and chips. I think overall this was a fine dish. On a return, I would probably make a different selection.
And I went with our server's recommendation of the garlic thyme roasted beef ribeye. This was served with a double baked potato, buttered broccoli, sweet honey roasted carrots, and a Cabernet Jus. And I did get the optional horseradish on the side. This is a pretty good cut of meat for rotational dining. I personally go for leaner cuts of meat normally, but it had a lot of good flavor. It was cooked medium rare as I ordered it, and I quite enjoyed both the jus and the horseradish for a little kick. Favorite part of the plate though was, unsurprisingly, the double baked potato, which was nice and creamy and cheesy. My mom makes the world's best double baked potato, so it wasn't quite that good, but I did really enjoy it. For dessert, I got the, oh god, Kjæfjord cake? Kjæfjord cake? Kjæfjordkake? Alright, that's the best I can do. This translates to butter cake. Comes with a baked almond meringue, vanilla cream, and a berry compote. This was pretty good. It was quite dense. I liked the baked almond meringue layers as well as the berry compote. The butter cake itself was a little bit dry, but overall it had nice flavor and I would eat it again.
My dessert came off of the kids menu, and this was out of an abundance of caution from the chef. They didn't want to risk any cross-contamination with my allergies, so they defaulted to giving me the Olaf's Campfire S'mores Bar. And this is your reminder, adults, if you want something off the kids menu, order it. If you want that Mickey's Premium Ice Cream Bar, nobody should stand in your way. Don't let some sort of random stranger's potential judgment of you stop you from enjoying an ice cream treat. Get it. Treat yourself. You're on a Disney cruise. Enjoy that premium ice cream bar. I did enjoy Olaf's Campfire S'mores Bar. This is graham cracker, roasted marshmallow, Oreo cookies, with double chocolate and vanilla ice cream. Folks, this was like everything. You remember those graham s'mores bars that you could buy from the grocery store? Yeah, imagine that, but elevated 10 times better and made just for dessert. Big pieces of Oreo, big pieces of graham cracker, huge chocolate chunks, tons of marshmallow throughout. And all on top of that, you get to dip it into ice cream? I mean, yeah, I had a sugar high afterwards, as will you or any children who orders this. But I would absolutely get it again.
Have fun.
I'm having fun. Into the unknown.
All right, well, the lighting's terrible, but frozen was pretty tasty.
Honestly, it was better than I remembered, both the food and the show. I think we had better seats this time, which inarguably helps.
It does.
And also, I just want to say, I think them having Kristoff and Oaken sing Let It Go is the right move, because that song is so hard.
Oh, God.
And I feel so bad anytime in any show a performer has to try and sing Let It Go, because it is such a difficult song. And so the fact that they were like, we're just gonna let the gents take it.
Give it to the two gents.
And encourage the audience to sing along, I thought was like the right move.
I fully agree.
The vocalists were very good.
Yeah, I think they were very talented.
Yeah.
I think the show, again, there's been a lot of learnings from this when it first launched, and I think when we sailed the first time on this. Food is still, I think it's pretty good as above average. It's not the best rotational dining, in my opinion, on this ship, but the show has made some vast improvements.
Also, the crew, again, the crew's the best. Like, during the final number where they're encouraging you, all the crew was dancing and twirling their napkins, which I know is your Grumpy Allen. Like, this is like...
Just because of the germs and crumbs, guys. Just germs and crumbs.
But, like, watching the crew, like, one crew member had, like, 2 toppers, was, like, making them symbol, like, plate top, and then they were all dancing, and it just is like, yeah, this is why I like Disney Cruise Line. The crew is, like, so awesome. And there was a moment, too, where they encouraged little kids to come out and do a little parade with the crew. Like, chef's kiss for those moments.
But now there's only really one thing left to do.
Yeah, we've done 29 of 30 things on our list.
All right, well, there's only one thing left to do on our list, and that is to bid a fond farewell to all of the cast and characters who we have seen throughout this sailing. And here on the Wish, it is named appropriately Wishing Ever After. This is a small show plus character palooza where you have some time to grab a quick photograph with some of the characters you might have missed during your sailing. Not only can you meet the classic characters like Mickey, Minnie, and the gang, but you can also meet some princesses and, possibly, like we have in the past, you could meet some of the performers from the stage production who will also come out in that time. But remember, this is a really quick smile, grab a photo, and roll out situation so you can meet as many people as possible. Then it all culminates in a small show moment, bidding you adieu, and really just wishing a see you real soon.
My name's Chris, I'm your assistant cruise director, and on behalf of Captain Maria Shaw, our cruise director, and to Mickey Mouse! And keeping our journey full steam ahead, Captain Minnie Mouse!
Oh, yes.
So let me ask you, who amongst you, partying like pirates, loudly say yo-ho! Let me hear you say, and say wishes do come true! Your wish is granted. Thank you.
Okay, well that brings us to the end of our time aboard this shortest cruise itinerary, and we did all the things.
30 items up, 30 items down, and we had some time for some bonus activities. We had some extra luxuriation time in the rainforest room, a couple extra meals that we didn't show on camera, other snacks, characters, and what I've learned, because when we were breaking this list for this video, we were trying to settle on a number that sounded challenging yet doable, and even doing 30 plus different things on board, some things multiple times, I never felt rushed, I never felt stressed. If we had a similar list of things to do in the same amount of time frame in the parks, I would feel very different, and I think that is the beauty of Disney Cruise Line.
I couldn't agree more. I think being on the cruise line, having everything so centrally located, so easy to access, couldn't agree more. I think the fact that you have everything on the ship, it's just easier to get all these types of things done, and it makes for I'm just going to keep saying it again, an easier experience when trying to accomplish a lot of your goals.
I think that a lot of the spontaneous magic that you associate with Disney happens easier and more often on the cruise ship due to the nature of the intimate setting. So you'll just like see characters wandering about a little bit more. Worry about the complicated things of going to the parks, like lightning lanes and rushing around in the transportation and all those things. It's just once you get here and you're on board, you get to just have a really nice time. And whether that be you've got, kids and they're having fun in the kids clubs and the adults are in the adult spaces, you're doing the family things all together. If you're an active person and you're, running the 5K, you just want to lay down at the rainforest room. This is a trip that I truly think caters to every kind of person, and every person can find something that they're going to love doing.
And to me, it just reinforces the fact that, at least in my opinion, the Disney Cruise Line is currently the best product in Disney's portfolio. It's just so easy to accomplish a wide variety of things. We accomplished 30 of them. I'm curious, looking back, what do you think is your favorite of the things that we did? And, sort of secondary question, if you were to add one more, just one more, don't molly it, just one more thing to the list, what would you add?
To be clear, you mean on this cruise, this time?
Yes, the favorite thing that you can do.
On the Disney Wish that we did this time. So I can't say Haunted Mansion Parlor.
Right.
Okay.
And then if you could add one thing, let's just, and that's future forward. If you were to take this list of 30 things and you wanted to add a 31st to any of the fleet, what would it be?
Okay. Well, I would add, for me, as a foodie, we had Palo, I would add Remy or Enchanté, and add another elevated dining experience, just because I think that is such a joy, and that's something I really have fun doing. My favorite thing we did on this sailing, my brain is really fighting between a few things.
Okay, but what was the one thing? Yes, foot to the fire.
Here, take yours, because you probably will knock one of my options out.
I think for me, it was the dining at Palo. Dining at Palo is it's always such an incredible experience.
That was one of mine, so that did help.
Yeah, I think that is going to be one of my favorite things. If I had to add something to this experience, I think it would be, I know that we did like a learn something. I think I'd like to see how that iterates in different forms, because not only do you have I'd like to do something that's like a dining or drinking experience, learn something. I want to do like a craft, learn something. I want that to be,
learn something,
because there's so many options on the cruise, and full disclosure behind the scenes, when we were first iterating this list, we did have multiple forms of learn something, like go do a craft and learn how to fold a towel. Those types of things did exist, but we thought it made more sense, at least to give us the flexibility here to just reduce it to do one learn something. But I think future focused, I'd love to see that in multiple different ways.
I also could have added, I like that the movie theater's on board.
Oh, go see a new movie.
And go see a new movie. They were playing live action Moana, they were playing Toy Story 5. I think it's fun, especially if there's a movie I've wanted to see and it releases on board, to go see a new movie. So that's a fun one to add. But my favorite thing on this cruise that isn't Palo, because you took that, I'm gonna say Pirate Night. I love the live music fireworks. I love just the spirit of everyone being on board. A Pirate Night as a whole is so fun to me. So I'm gonna say Pirate Night, but if I have to be really specific, the fireworks. I almost also said Rainforest Room, because I love those tile chairs.
You do love a tile chair, yeah, that's true.
Actually, the most important thing to add to the list, thank the crew.
Absolutely. I think that's one of those
Goes without saying.
Yeah, 100%. It's ubiquitous. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter list because it was a shorter sailing this time, but that is still, the crew on this ship and on all the Disney Cruise Line ships are phenomenal.
They are what make it.
100%.
It's like we've been on. It's unbelievable to me how good the crew is every single time. And we've sailed on other cruise lines and nobody is as good as the Disney. It's just, they're the best of the best. So a big thank you to Dula. He was our server at Palo and he was fantastic.
Incredible. A massive shout out to Dino, who was our room attendant, our stateroom attendant. Not only excellent job with the towel animals, A+ folding there. Molly could attend his classes, I'm sure.
I would need to.
But also, he was just such a sweetheart. I mean, we had a wake up call this morning. He was like, I heard your food's coming on the way. I just want to make sure you guys are still here in the room. And I was like, yeah, we're good. Thanks, pal. So just great guy.
Also, Kirk, who we have met before on other sailings, he taught our martini class at Nightingales, and then we went back for a martini another time, and he was just a joy to talk to and really knowledgeable, made me a really fun off-menu cocktail. So thank you to all of them and the entire crew aboard the Wish.
Absolutely. But that brings us to an end of this sailing after having successfully checked off all 30 items on our list. If you'd like to see this type of list in other places, not just on the cruise line, let us know where we could try this again in the future.
We obviously love Disney Cruise Line, and since we've been on every ship around the world, with new ideas to share with you this amazing fleet of ships. So if you've got anything you'd like to see, from different room types to different itineraries, please let us know that down in the comments as well.
For example, I'm just spitballing here. If you really wanted to see the Hercules suite, if you just it's just spitballing here. If you wanted to see it, it would be a burden, but I would, we do it. we would do it. And I'm just, I don't know where that just came out of nowhere.
I like that.
Somebody said it.
If we're spitballing,
you too.
We've never been on a European cruise.
No, we haven't done that.
And there's some cool itineraries, and there's the fjords sometimes.
I love a fjord.
There's Mediterranean. I take it to a new continent.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the ideas truly are endless. But let us know what you guys are interested in seeing. Again, as Molly mentioned down below. But until next time, friends. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new, follow us on all of our socials, and come join us on Discord. We would love to have you. Links for all that down below. Oh, and as a bonus, I know Molly mentioned earlier that there was some time where we got to do some secret other items off the list. Those are going to show up as behind the scenes videos in Patreon.
Yeah, that's true. Big thank you again to Be Our Guest Vacations for booking this cruise. They did not sponsor this video. They're not paying us to say that, but They did book it, and they made it even easier than a Disney cruise already is. But until next time, friends, I'm Molly.
And I'm Alan.
And it has been a wish come true. Do, 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 do.